Guerra with the rose. W Guerra. W Guerra with the rose. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Yo, what's going on? First, I see you, Donnie. I see you, Donnie. For someone who wasn't excited for the reactions today, my boy first in line. That boy first in line. Everybody joining in right now. Everybody coming in right now. What's good? What's good? What's up? Don't be shy. Say hi. Don't be shy. Say hi. Welcome to the stream, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Well, we like to keep things extreme. Yeah. Okay. All right. 1, 2. Okay, hey everybody. What's good, Roy? Except that one time yesterday. Yeah, you won first yesterday. That boy Don was actually first yesterday. Don said he's gonna take his positioning back. He got them noties on. He got them noties on. See, when you got them noties on, you ain't gotta worry about who first or second. If you got that noti on, you're gonna be first every time. Kennedy, #1 spot. Preston right behind him. Kennedy right now also is the #1 viewer, and we also got a gift from the boy Guerra, or girl, but Guerra, thank you so much for the gift. Because of that, I'm going to follow you right now. Right now. Right now. W Guerra in the chat. Guerra the GOAT 12 for sure. Okay. Bam. Yes, Sirski. Thank you so much, Garrett, for the rose. I appreciate it. You just got yourself a follow. Everybody that's new joining in right now. Yo, you finally got 10 followers. W, man. W. I said except for when Dom, because Dom, D-O-M, Dom got in here yesterday. I know you're Don. I said Dom, though. W, man. W Roy for your 10 followers, man. Okay. Everybody on how can I gift? Well, depends on what platform. I mean, because on the Purple app, the app that you're on right now, there's gifted subs. You can also sub if you're able to. If you're not able to, no worries. But you can gift subs on the Purple app, and you can sub on the Purple app. The gift was on TikTok. You need to put more fill in the M. Dom. What's good, Jonathan? Welcome in. Jonathan, welcome in.
Any advice for high school?
Yeah, man. Like, okay, I can give you some advice on high school. What do you want to know though? What questions do you may have? What would you like advice on? Because I got advice. Don and Dom sound too similar. It does sound too similar, which is why I started calling you Donnie. Can I get mod? Jonathan, tell me, why do you deserve mod? This is your first time, I believe, ever coming in here. I don't just hand out mod like that to everybody, buddy. I don't just hand out mod to everybody, buddy. And then if you get mod, here's the thing about getting mod. If you get mod, you have to be active in the streams every day, doing your mod duties. You can't just be like, oh, hey, yeah, can I get mod just so I can have mod because you're a streamer and I got mod for a streamer? Yeah, bro. Nah, it don't work like that. It don't work like that. I'm waiting about 5 to 10 more minutes before we hop right into it.
What you gonna do this stream?
What we're gonna do to stream, Kennedy. First and foremost, we're going to it's reactions. That's why if you see on your screen, you see this little thing that's looping. Do y'all not get titles on TikTok? Is there no title when you come into the stream, like? Cause it should say like react with me for my reactions, you know, like. It should say exactly what we doing today, you know. I don't know. I don't know. I just was asking. I'm only asking. Let me check for myself. Let me see. So if I were to go on the live right now. It only says come join me. Okay. Well, that's weird. What's the point of me having a title then if the title shows something completely different than what the... That's so dumb, TikTok. The live info is different than the title. I just got a Gooner ad. What was it? Marvel Rivals? Was it Marvel Rivals? I hope so. I'm waiting a couple of more minutes, chat, before we get into it. Okay, react with me for my reactions. Okay, so now it shows exactly what it is we're going to be doing today. Okay, I didn't know. I genuinely was asking because I usually put like the title. But now that I know that the title doesn't show exactly what it is that we're doing or playing, makes a lot of sense. I got to put it in the live details info. Okay. W's in the chat, man, for y'all, man. That boy Kennedy still first place. Preston right behind him in second. Kennedy right now has the #1 viewer on TikTok. And Guerra with the gift. W Guerra. Okay, everybody on my purple app and my red app and my YT. Okay? What's good, Joe? Hi, how are you?
How are you?
Listen, guys, on the purple and red and green app, there's a command for you guys for TTS, okay? Okay? Purple, red, and green app. This is y'all's command. Okay? Y'all can probably see it on the screen too, but I'm not talking it. I'm just saying it. It should work also here. If it doesn't, for what I just put that on the red app, then we'll get it fixed. But if not, it's okay. We don't get too many talkers from the red app, okay? Don, you're probably still in an ad, huh, Donnie? So you probably don't even know anything that I'm saying. Donnie, let me know if you can hear me. Let's switch to the cams. Let's switch cams. Yep. First, you do that first though. Do that first, and then what you want to say, and then boom. Yeah, exactly. If you catch my drift.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. Cool. We got a cool understanding. We got a good understanding. We're ready to go. We're good to go. It's 5. All right. No, it's not. I don't think this one has one. All right. We good to go, chat? Yes, you do. One of the main reasons why you have to do that now. The platform that I was using to where it was just consistent, it reached this daily limit of messages, okay? So just for today, you have to do that. Tomorrow, you won't have to do that until it reaches the daily message limit of 400, which low-key is kind of a lot. right? You know, I mean, that's kind of a lot. And that's our first time, I think, yesterday hitting like the daily limit. So once you hit the daily limit on for the app that I was using for TTS, for the red, purple, and green app.
100 is crazy.
Yeah, 400 is crazy. But with this one, I believe that there is no limit, right? So that's going to be a key thing. So if we want to continue to use this, we will. If not, we'll go back to the other one, that 400 daily limit of messages. But I didn't think that we were going to hit that. However, yesterday we did, because we did 2 streams, 2 extended streams, and it was just fire. Fun stream yesterday, by the way, you guys. Very fun, very, very dope stream yesterday. Also, before we get into this, before we get into the reactions, I'm doing this because there was someone in the stream yesterday that asked for us to do this. So we're going to do this. And this is how I don't know if they're in here, but I was waiting for them. Okay. All right, chat.
Every white grown man I see has a receding hairline.
Yeah, you know, some of their part of their genetics. Today is the 8th of August, right? Yes, it is. All right. All right, chat. So this is what we're going to do.
Monkey is gonna have to go through this, huh?
He probably is, low key. Okay. All right, chat, before we get started with the reactions, y'all can stay if y'all want, y'all can leave for this part, I don't care. The king of alts, that's what it was, alts, aka I love TikToks on I love TikTok lives on the green app. He said yesterday that he's going to start reading the Bible every day starting today. So I told him, I said, yo, that's fire. What we can do, if you'd like to, is we can do it together.
What's up, Cordell?
What's up, Spursy? We can do it together and we can start the streams off just like that, okay? So that's what we're going to do today. Before we start the stream, boom, we're going to get into the word real quick. So my church, they do this thing, right? They give you, for the entire month, they give you scriptures that you can go through and read every day, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to read August 8th scripture before we start the stream, before we get into it, all right? So that's what it's going to be. I can read it or we can listen to it. It'll be read or whatever the case may be. It doesn't matter. We're going to get it. All right. So for August 8th scripture, Bible read, it's Philippians 4:10 through 20. Great scripture. Here we go. 4:10 through 20. All right. Bam. Bam. All right. Philippians 4:10 through 20. But I rejoiced in the Lord greatly, that now at the last your care of me hath flourished again. Where when this is also the King James Version, by the way. King James Version, y'all can read it again if y'all want with different versions that you guys see fit. Wherein ye were also careful, but ye lacked opportunity. Not that I speak in respect of want, for I have learned in whatsoever state I am therewith to be content. I know both how to be abased and I know how to be abound. Everywhere and in all things I am instructed, both to be full and to be hungry, both to abound and to suffer need. I can do all things through Christ, which strengthens me. Notwithstanding have well done that ye did communicate with my affliction. Now ye Philippians know also that in the beginning of the gospel, when I departed from Macedonia, no church communicated with me as concerning giving and receiving, but ye only. For even in Thessalonica ye sent once again unto my necessity, not because I desire a gift, but I desire fruit that may abound to your account. But I have all and abound. I am full, having received of this word. I got to remember how it's pronounced. Ephroditus, the things which were sent from you, an odor of a sweet smell, a sacrifice acceptable, well pleasing to God. But my God shall supply all your need according to your riches in glory by Christ Jesus. Now unto God and our Father be glory forever and ever. Amen. Awesome. W's for the word, chat. W's for the word. Okay. Cool. That was Philippians 4:10 through 20. That's the King James Version. You can take a read for it for yourself if you want to take a look at it in other versions. By all means, you're more than welcome to. Philippians 4:10 through 20. This is where the awesome part about this though is of course where it says that I can do all things through Christ which strengthens me. Right there. Bam. Okay. With that being said, let's get into the reaction video, chat. Let's get into the reaction video, chat. Here we go. All right. This video was sent in. Oh, man. This video was sent to us by... Who sent this in? Dom. Okay, Domination DSP. He's the one who sent this one in. Domination DSP. All right. Here we go.
Yes, sir. Hey, Chris Ballard here with the Colts, man. We're going to pick you right here, man. Welcome to Indy.
Praise God! Hallelujah! Hallelujah!
I know it's been a long wait, man, but we can't tell you how excited we feel fortunate to get you, man.
Let's go! Let's go!
Josh Downs look exactly like you.
That's my twin.
Hey, Coach, I'm real ready. I'm telling you right now, I'm ready. And I'm going to do big things for you. And I promise you that right now.
Ready to go, get to work with Reggie Wayne. It'll be awesome.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Did he do anything last season? I really don't remember.
Yep, I love
I'm
it.
telling you, you got a real competitor and a great player. I'm coming.
I believe it. I believe every word you say.
Oh, he did stuff last season?
Wait to work with you and meet you right out of the gate.
Yes, sir.
Josh Downs? That don't even sound familiar. I'm not even gonna lie to you. And I'm sorry if it is. Josh Downs, I guess I'm unfamiliar with your game.
Then he related to Caleb Downs.
He's related to Caleb Downs? Downs is legit? Oh, okay. I had no idea.
They brothers, he older than Caleb I think.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Bro, So I just received this live visibility restricted once again, but I'm only reacting to a football player getting drafted. There was nothing that I said within this that would perpetrate for me to break community guidelines. Hang on, chat. Bro, I swear they don't want to see me win, gang.
Josh Downs is older than Caleb Downs. Josh was born on August 12th, and Caleb was born on December 10th, making Josh roughly 3.5 Y.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Okay, one second, you guys. This live visibility restricted once again, but I'm only reacting to a football player getting drafted. There was nothing that I said within this that would perpetrate for me to break community guidelines.
What a sad start to the stream. And just when we finished the video.
Right, like, bro. I'm gonna end the live on TikTok and just start it again.
Nah, you just missed this one DOM.
Bro, that's so annoying, dude. That's so annoying, dude.
W. Cordell. Maybe it was a TDS thing that caused it.
It couldn't have been a TTS, bro. Nobody said anything. Nobody said anything. We didn't say anything that was regarding body parts or sexually explicit content, bro. It's so stupid, dude. I sent it to my representation. I sent it to my reps on TikTok. Because what the heck, man? Freaking. All right, well, we'll go to the next one. We're gonna restart this live, so. I just wanted to stop tweaking, bro. Like, especially when I'm not doing anything. Like, I would understand if I'm saying and doing stuff that's causing it, but I'm not saying or doing anything that's causing it. Okay. Yeah, man. Me versus TikTok, part 59. Fudge, dude. I didn't know Josh Downs was like that for real, though. That was pretty much the basis of where I was getting with this. I didn't know Josh Downs and Caleb Downs were related. I mean, you probably could figure because their last names are Downs. But, yo, what's good? Okay. I know we haven't seen each other in a long time. All the dog days are over now. We about to have a fun time. Yeah. Do what you want, ain't no stopping you now. You have options because it's all essential, so you can go shopping. And ladies, go tend to yourself. Go fix up your hair and your nails. Fellas, let's go hit the gym. I know we've been working, so we can go spend this money that we have been getting. If you start working, I know that we're working again. It was only temporary. So let the games begin. I know it was kind of scary. But not all good things come to an end. And we gon' have a good time. 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 Yeah. All work, no play. I think it's time that we switched it up. Quarantine had us in, so I said we gotta loosen up. The jig is up. We kept our distance. Social gatherings. We all missed it. I'ma miss the stream, fam. It's all good, monkey. Send you a Joe Weller vid to react to, but I'll watch VOD later. Okay, send it in there. I don't know if we're gonna get to it today because there's a lot of videos that we have missed in there. So, but definitely send it because, you know, the goal is now for sure every Saturday to try to get through it, to try to go through the TTSs. I don't. You don't have a name. I just see a shape. Shape with the second place position. Preston right now in that first place position. W's for y'all in the chat. Okay. We gonna have a good time. We gonna have a good time. We gonna have a good time. Okay.
Just went shopping.
Oh yeah, what'd you get? Oh yes, beautiful, 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 beautiful. All right, hang on, chat. You know what? Actually, let me see if I can screen record to the moment, like right before it.
Just some nice shoes.
What kind of shoes you get? Some sneakers, some basketball shoes. Cause this say we live right now, right? Screen record too. Awesome.
Basketball shoes.
Heck yeah. Hang on one second. All right, my bad, chat. So what I had just did, right? I wanted to get the moment, and I just got it. I had to get the moment within the reaction. Turn what down? Nothing's playing. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Turn what down?
Your audio is a bit loud.
Well, turn you down. What? Cortel always be stalling on reaction days. Bro, I'm not always stalling on reaction days. Okay, so what I just did, right, guys, was...
All right.
It's gonna make sense. It's gonna be balanced out when I'm playing stuff, because it's just me right now talking, so it seems like it's loud. But I don't want to turn me down, because then I'm gonna be too low. But what I will do is move the microphone back some, because it's just me. Okay, so what I had to do was I had to get the information. I wanted to screen record the video. Now you're gonna get tickled. Hey, tickle me. Also, you know what I found out just a few minutes ago? The IRL ban is only for 3 minutes. So y'all been trolling me this whole time. The IRL voice ban is only for 3 minutes. I bumped it to 5. But y'all over here, oh, it's 10. Oh, it's 15. Oh, it's 10. Y'all been trolling me this whole time. Y'all knew what y'all was doing. Okay. Going to ask Cortell, please. Okay. So I had received a restriction in regards to sexually explicit content and body language or whatever the case may be. You will see in the screenshots. But there was nothing that was said that was in regards to what my live stream was restricted for. Period. I have recorded the moment before it happened, as well as giving you screenshots. This happens to me consistently when there are things that are not being said that break community guidelines. All right. No. How did he figure it out? Okay. All right. Here we go. All right. Josh Downs, I'm sorry. I was not familiar with your game. I'm gonna have to watch some highlights or some tape or something in regards to what you was doing last season, because I didn't even know you was out there for real. Okay. I hope also too your brother play you so he can lock you up. And that's coming from me because I'm a Cowboys fan. All right. Another video for reactions. This one was also sent in by Dom. Bam. Here we go. Dom. Characters that had valid reasons to crash out. Oh, that's going to be exciting. That's going to be exciting. I got you for 20 once. I can't wait for that game. That game gonna be exciting to see. Hey, what a way to open up your video. What a way to open up your video.
Good evening, niggas. Today we are talking about crash outs. But not any crash out. Crash outs that are actually kind of valid. This is basically a crash out due to something that is justified, understandable, or reasonable. These will also be the categories for each of the valid crash outs I talk about. So we're going to be jumping from different cartoons, movies, and other media so that I can inform you niggas on what some of these crash outs look like. So y'all know,
okay.
Sit back, relax, grab your favorite flavored Tide Pod, and get ready for a show. Narrated by yours truly. Let's get it. So for my first...
Did he pop a Tide Pod in his mouth?
Tide Pod, and get ready for it.
What the heck?
Show. Narrated by yours truly. Let's get it. So for my first example of a reasonable crash out, we will be jumping into the world of regular show.
Okay, I've never seen it, if I were to be honest with you.
Now, if you've seen regular show, you know that this nigga Benson is a grade A crash out. This nigga yells more than anybody I've ever seen. And a lot of people say he's a bad boss and that he has anger.
Is this on high? Oh, it is. Wow. 1080, 60. That's just very bad animation.
Look at the shit he goes through on a daily basis. I don't know how anyone would be able to keep their cool. And if you ask me, his crash outs are reasonable every single time. Like, have y'all seen the dumbass niggas he has as workers? Especially Mordecai and Rigby. These are two of the worst employees I've ever seen.
12 seconds later.
What the heck?
Job as simple as folding clothes, and 5 minutes later, the whole group will end up on another planet battling some ancient god for their souls. And when the shit is all over, these niggas just start singing and joking around. There was this episode where they just kept doing shit terribly wrong. They were trying to water the plants, but didn't want to get the water hose because they were too lazy, and they decided to use
Yo, what's good, Sophia?
Hi, how are you?
Welcome. It's good to have you in the stream. It's been a while, but yes, welcome to the Reactions Day stream. Yeah. Happy to have you.
Diet Coke to water the plants.
You can't use soda!
Yeah, but the hose.
Oh, what? It's too hard to get the hose off the shed?
And then, not even 2 minutes later, these niggas had to wash off the golf cart, and they were trying to dry it off with sandpaper.
What is this? Sandpaper? You're scratching up the whole thing!
These niggas are a special breed of idiots. So Pops ends up telling Benson to stop yelling at them because it's negative.
Referring to you. What? I'd like you to stop yelling at Mordecai and Rigby.
Why?
Serious?
Right.
And immediately as he goes outside, Mordecai and Rigby are just sitting there, still not doing what they're told to do.
Guys are still not done. Yeah, exactly. But when you turn it on... Sorry. Get out of my sight!
He tries to go search up anger management courses online, and after that, he walks downstairs and these niggas tore up the entire house. And you want to know what they were looking for? The keys to the golf cart that they were just using. He ends up calming himself down by counting to 100 and goes
This sounds
on a
like
walk.
Cordell.
And by the time he's done, he sees Mordecai and Rigby painting the shed. And these niggas...
I do not be crashing out like this. Do I be crashing out like this? I don't be crashing out like this. And if I do, then hey, they valid. What? He said, yeah. Oh God. Hey, if I do though, then that means they be valid crash outs. My crash outs be valid.
not only have a huge mess on the grass,
But wait, there's more.
the way these niggas decide to paint the walls
Is by painting themselves.
and running into the wall. This nigga Mordecai ends up breaking a damn
Oh.
hole in the wall. It makes shit worse when Benson starts counting down the call.
When is the next Roblox stream schedule? Honestly, I don't know. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I have no idea. Sorry, Sophia. I haven't had that large of a desire to play Roblox because honestly, I just genuinely don't know what to play. I want to play this one Roblox game where like where it's like interactive with the noise and all that kind of stuff. I keep seeing people playing that, and I want to play that one, but I just genuinely don't know what to play on Roblox. There's so many games on Roblox, and I just don't know what to play. It don't recommend no basketball and no football because we've done those already.
Calm down, they start counting with Benson.
90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96.
And by the end of the episode, this nigga Benson ends up going Super Saiyan, and Pops finally lets him yell at Mordecai and Rigby, and he unleashes all his pent-up anger.
You don't yell at Mordecai and Rigby right now. You're fired. You lazy, no-good slackers drive me nuts. Can't you just
What do you know about
listen to me
regular show?
once in your worthless life? 'Cause it's
I don't know anything about regular show. I've never watched it.
responsibility.
And I don't know how long this nigga has had this power, but if I was Benson, I would have been used this to blast these dumbass niggas off the planet by now. So
Me
the
either,
fact
lol.
that Benson is always yelling is reasonable to me. I couldn't imagine waking up every day and having to go through shit like this.
You should make where people can put game in there for
What
you
the
to play
heck,
Friday.
Rigby? What's the matter with you? Rigby!
I do, Preston. That just goes to show how often you participate in the Discord. Because there's literally a section that says gaming recommendations. Okay. Well, I fast forwarded it. I didn't try to do that.
So the fact that Benson
Okay.
is always yelling is reasonable to me.
I mean,
couldn't
mainly for
imagine
Roblox.
waking up every day and having to go through shit like
Well, you can
this.
still do that for Roblox.
What the heck, Rigby? What's the matter with you? Rigby!
This nigga life look like it's insufferable.
Crash out. But now it's time for the justified crash out.
Boy, you can just start backing up, honey, because I believe you're about to eat it.
So for the next character we got is this nigga from B Movie.
Yeah.
His name is Ken. And if you don't know what happened to him, listen up, listen close, and pay attention.
His is very justifiable.
Is traumatized.
His is very justifiable.
Getting his girl taken. And I know you're probably thinking, oh, that's not that bad. That happens all the time. No. This nigga got his girl taken by a bee.
Getting your girl taken by beer is crazy.
Not a person.
Yeah, getting your girl took by a bee is crazy. I feel so bad for this dude, for Ken in the Bee movie. He was really the only like reasonable person. Like everybody else was like, oh, this dude was like, yo, it's a bee, bro. Like, what are y'all on? Okay.
Not even a person with bee as their nickname, but an actual insect. Yes, nigga, a bee.
Yes.
He took this nigga's girlfriend, and as a kid, I thought this nigga Ken was tweaking. Me and my underdeveloped kid brain didn't understand why he was trying to kill the bee every time he saw him. But now I understand. This nigga Barry was flirting with her constantly, visiting her house, and doing so much shit behind his back. And his girl is even caught on a dinner date with this nigga. Mind you, this is a bee we're talking about. Just in case you forgot, this right here is what we're discussing. He walks in on his girl having a literal dinner date with a bee. And look what she says, bro.
Well, hello.
Oh, Ken.
Hello.
I didn't think you were coming.
Nigga, what do you mean? You didn't think he was coming? Nigga, that is a bee. Even if Ken didn't come in time, what the hell are you doing having a dinner date with a bee? And peep his whole little setup too. Like, what is this little nigga even eating? And he ends up damn near burning the restroom down trying to kill Barry. And this nigga's girlfriend stops him, bruh. Then she says the most outrageous shit after.
And he happens to be the nicest bee I've met in a long time.
And he happens to be the
Hey. Yeah, nah, I would have crashed out too.
And this ain't the first time she saved this nigga either.
Don't kill him.
You know I'm allergic to them. This thing could kill me.
I forgot to mention, Ken is allergic to bees. I feel so bad for Ken. Getting your girl stolen is already traumatizing enough. I mean, I can't relate. I'm usually on the other side.
Bruh. All right, TikTok, I'm just not doing reactions on TikTok. I just got another freaking restriction, dude. What do you call it when people are TikTok, I'm just ending, bro. I'm done. Leonard, no. I'm teed off. All I'm doing is reacting to videos, and I keep getting restrictions on my TikTok live, bro. I literally see people watching other people. I don't even see other people watching. I literally watch people watch basketball games on TikTok. People be watching people's shit. There's literally a live stream right now of somebody else's content, and they want to get on me talking about, oh, this is breaking community guidelines. Nigga, I can literally scroll on TikTok right now and literally watch the Kai is... Bro, I can literally watch the Kai Cenat stream right now on TikTok live, bro.
Chat, want to see him. Hold on. And if you somehow... Wait, we need to have a serious...
Okay. Let's just keep watching.
Out of these situations, if you get what I'm saying. Boy, if you don't get... But I'd imagine it's a terrible feeling by a literal bee. Like, that is insane. I hope Ken is doing good wherever he is now, because his crash outs in this movie are 100% justifiable, for sure. If I was Ken, I would have done unspeakable things to that nigga Barry. Next, we have the understandable crash out.
Strike first and brand themselves a cold-blooded killer.
Anakin. Now, the reason I didn't put this nigga in reasonable or justified crash out is because he kind of did some shit that wasn't really justifiable or reasonable.
Master Skywalker, there are too many of them. What are we going to do?
Pony steady watching me. Every day they clocking me. Red alert, armed and dangerous. I keep that clock on me.
But I'll get back to that later. And a lot of people just blame Padme for his crash out tendencies, but I think it's a little bit more complex than that. So when we first meet Anakin, he's a cool little nigga. All he really wants is for him and his mom to be freed from slavery, which is understandable. Then as the story moves on, he slowly shows more of his emotional side. And at the same time, he's also growing really tired and more confused of the Jedi Order. Because these niggas are supposed to be his family, basically. And they are dismissing all of his feelings and concerns to the side every time he tries to talk. The Jedis would hear Anakin tell them some deep emotional concerns, and they would just look at him and say, oh man. Also, the Jedi Order, which is supposed to be one of the most powerful political and military groups ever, never go to intervene with Tatooine to stop the slave trade or free Anakin's mom, which in my opinion really would have helped this nigga Anakin emotionally, but they didn't. And that leads Anakin to go save his mom because he had already been having dreams about her dying. Now what he did was technically mass murder. We're not gonna, applaud that, but they did have this nigga's mom tied up. But you know when the Jedi did intervene with Tatooine? When this nigga Jabba the Hutt's ugly ass son got kidnapped. Then the Jedi felt the need to go handle that, which is really wild because Jabba is literally in charge of the slave trade that enslaved Anakin and his mom for years. And the Jedi who were supposed to be on Anakin's side go to help what is essentially his slave master. See? At this point, I'm on his side in terms of crashing out. Another thing we see a lot of is Anakin loves hard and gets attached to people who show him any form of real respect or genuine love. This is why he really likes people like Ahsoka, Padme, and Obi-Wan so much. And this nigga's willing to risk his life to save these same niggas too. He got his whole...
Can I be completely honest? It's raining really bad. But two, I don't understand nothing of what's going on about this Anakin Skywalker thing. I've never in my life watched any Star Wars movie. So I genuinely have no idea what the flip is going on, okay? Also, I need to check on my wife because it's raining very bad and I don't even know if she's home yet. Oh, everything is good. Everything is good. Okay, back to this. All right. Um, Leonard said same. I've never watched the Star Wars thing, so did bro forget to turn off the live stream? No, I didn't forget to turn off the live stream. I'm still live. I just went to go check to see if she was okay, and I was on the phone with her, and I started doing stuff outside of the room. So, all right, back to it.
And cut off just to save Obi-Wan's life. I would have had to just let my friend get slimed out. I ain't losing my arm. I need it for stuff. Nothing like particular. I just need it, you know? Yeah. And it sucks for him too, because the same deep love and attachment he has for people eventually ruins him. Now at this point, we're on the last of the movies, being episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. Now this is when this nigga goes full crash out. And this is also the peak of Anakin's confusion and conflict within the rules the Jedi have him follow. And he's becoming more dark as the movie goes on. While this is happening, he's having dreams of his girl dying in childbirth. And even though he isn't happy with the Jedi at this point, he still leans on them and tries to talk about his feelings to Master Yoda. And this nigga Yoda was not giving any advice that Anakin wanted. Basically, all Yoda said was,
Hey, yo, hey, niggas get shot every day, B. You be aight, nigga. You tough, right?
So this leaves Anakin to kind of fully be done with the Jedi bullshit. He's not allowed on the council, Yoda's old ass didn't help, and he's scared of losing Padme. So as you probably know, now comes Palpatine. And up to this point, Palpatine has been dick riding this nigga Anakin hard. And he's doing this to win Anakin over, and it works. He ends up telling Anakin that he knows a way to save people from dying. And Anakin hears this, and it's like,
That's a great idea. I'm with that.
So fast forward a little bit, and we got Mace Windu confronting and fighting Palpatine. But during
Okay, fun fact. Fun fact. This is the only thing about Star Wars that I know. This nigga. Okay? This nigga is the only nigga about Star Wars that I know. And I know right here he about to get his ass crashed, okay?
In the fight, Anakin shows up, and just as Mace is about to kill Palpatine, Anakin saves him and cuts off Mace Windu's hand.
Yeah!
Leading to Mace Windu being electrocuted and sent flying to his death. And like your average police officer, he didn't get jail time or punishment for killing this black guy.
Yep. That's the only thing about Star Wars that I know.
You don't find that suspicious.
Shit's crazy. We got over 900 races in Star Wars, and we still chose to kill the black guy. This is also where Darth Vader becomes a thing. So he's no longer Anakin anymore. Because at this point, he's willing to do anything to save his girl.
Just help me save Padme's life. I can't live without her.
Yeah, that brother's starving.
And now the real crash outs begin.
Execute Order 66.
Now this scene here,
Do I know why I only know Yoda gang? Oh, I mean everybody know Yoda. Fun time we have. Must we? Question mark. I don't know. I mean, that's just what some Yoda say. You know why? What time is it for you? Right now, it's 2:06 p.m. Dang, we already been an hour in the stream. And I feel like we ain't done nothing yet. Jeez Louise.
is the main reason why I won't put him on reasonable or justified crash out lists. Because while I do understand him, I do not think that this was the right thing to do. Beating up little niggas is never really a good option if you want to be viewed as a good person. So yeah, just wanted to clear that up before I wrap up. So at this point, Anakin has killed hella people, he's betrayed everyone he knows, and is currently on his way to Mustafar to kill every single political figure that's left alive. But then Padme shows up to confront him, and this nigga lifts her up and chokes her. And this was the dumbest of his actions to me, because this is the same person you're trying to save and you're choking the life out of her because she asked you a few questions? Yeah, I don't know. And then we get the famous Obi-Wan versus Anakin fight. And Anakin ends up becoming the first handicapped Sith Lord. Also ends up losing everything he loved because he crashed out. And like I said in the beginning, I understand why he crashed out over all this. He was mistreated from day one all the way till now, and I don't condone his actions at all, but in terms of understanding why, I do understand. He was a slave, his mom got packed up, he wasn't allowed onto the council, no one cared about his feelings, he lost both of his legs, he lost his girl, and that nigga's bald now. Any of these things would have turned me into a crash out. But yeah, that was the final crash out for today's video. This one was...
Oh! It seems I know where you live, well, roughly, but what my bad. That I did say the time frame, but it didn't make sense when I said it. Okay, so the time for me is 2:07 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it's It's August 8th. Yeah, just to give you a little context, because yeah.
A little bit longer than the rest because Anakin is one of my favorite characters, so I had to yap a bit longer than the rest, and I actually enjoyed making this, so I might run it back for a part 2 or do a series maybe. Y'all let me know what y'all think, but I'm tired.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about Anakin Skywalker, so I don't necessarily understand the crash out aspect of it, but not gonna lie, sometimes you gotta just crash out. I agree. All right, that was a good one. W that one. On to the next video. This one was sent in by Dom as well. Domination DSP is making sure that we always have videos to react to, which I love. Thank you, Dom, for always hooking us up. Join us on Sunday. Nope. I should have took a screenshot of the other one that I got as well. Okay, I'm hearing from my agency. I'm hearing from my agency right now. Profile, TikTok Studio, Live tab, tools and resources. Tools and resources. Tools and resources. Live standing. Okay, hang on.
Hello.
Hi! Reproduce content. Bro. Okay.
What are you doing?
Sorry about that. I was messaging my agency because I sent them the information about my live restriction that I've just gotten on TTS. I mean on TikTok. And so I'm chatting with them about it. Welcome back.
Well, yeah.
You still soaking or?
No, I had to strip in the
Oh.
driveway.
Oh,
Not the driveway,
okay.
but the hallway.
So the towel was useful.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Because I was soaked from here down.
Oh, wow. Okay. They can't see us.
Oh, you got your camera off? You done?
Well, that one's not on. Well, it's on, but it's not like being like it's not. I will have to change it. But even then, they barely can still see you.
Oh.
But on this one, no, I'm just kidding.
Was this your react day?
Yeah.
I hate this day.
Well, not too bad.
Too bad.
You're not gonna hate this day when it's making me millions of dollars.
No, I won't.
Exactly.
I talked to Lo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yesterday was their anniversary.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yesterday was our anniversary.
He's been live for an hour and he's only watched 10 minutes of videos.
Anniversary of what?
Oh well.
He is a staller.
8/7. I mean, that's what yesterday was.
That wasn't our anniversary.
It's changed now.
It wasn't an anniversary before.
The 7th of every month.
Oh, okay. I get what you're saying. I was like, but it wasn't the anniversary.
No, it was 3/7.
Yeah.
But now we have a new one.
Like,
Yeah.
so I asked Lo to be in the stuff. She said, well, are the boys in there? I was like, I don't know. I played dumb. I said we haven't sorted all that out yet. I'm just doing my side.
Oh, okay.
I'm responsible for mine.
Well, soon as they configure a time to come hang out with me, then they'll know.
You gotta stop being like that.
What you mean?
Just teasing. Enjoy your stream.
They said, say hello to your wife for me. Nice wife. You're a good picker.
When was that?
Right here.
Or was that just now?
Yeah,
Hi.
right now.
Okay.
Okay, goodbye. Wait, come back.
Do you need any water? Is it empty or full?
No, it's full. I filled it up
Not
this
coming
morning.
back.
Come back.
Stop.
No, it's been too long.
That's not my fault.
Yes, it is.
Not.
Yes, it is.
Not.
Mm-hmm.
Not.
Mm-hmm.
Not.
Uh-huh.
Takes two to tango.
I,
Not my fault.
yes, it is. It's your fault.
Not my fault.
Yes, it is.
Not.
Uh-huh. 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 Yeah. Yeah. It's her fault, Jack. It's her fault.
Crowding the line here.
I don't know what we're watching, but we're watching something. Okay, here we go. Okay.
They do bring pressure. Fields launching to the end zone again. Jump ball. Garrett Wilson.
What is this? Every NFL team's best catch of the 2025 season ranked from worst to best. Oh, okay. Bro, trolling.
Dobbins a block to the end zone, deflected, and did Franklin get it on the ricochet? Touchdown!
That was tough. Why does 31? Oh, these other ones got to be amazing if this is the case, because that was fire. Xavier Worthy. I remember this game. Boy, I was so mad when I was watching this game. Now, that was ass. That one was worse than the one that we just watched. That one should have been 31.
One for 173 off the fake, going deep downfield. Travis, he's got it.
That's a regular catch. Regular contested catch.
Young down the middle, McMillan. Great catch into space. Tanaroa McMillan, the rookie out of Arizona. Long on 3rd and 5. Purdy.
What are we watching?
Pearsall looking for separation. Did he hold on? What a catch.
That was nice. That was nice. I like that one.
See now in the backfield next to Stroud. On 1st down, end zone shot.
That boy Nico.
He's got it. Touchdown, Texans.
That was nice.
Quick throw. McCarthy going end zone. Jefferson, one-hander. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Okay, that was cool, I guess.
Love looking, floating for the corner. Where he is. Is he in? Waiting for the
Chat, that was just a very, very beautifully placed ball, bro. Forget about the catch. That ball was thrown beautifully. Oh my gosh. That was a beautiful thrown ball.
Is he in? Waiting for the field. Subbing for Charbonnet. Fake it to him. Darrell roll. Looking, throwing. Oh, and he keep it in bounds.
That was nice. That was nice. That was beautiful right there. Khalil Shakir.
You could get hangry.
What? That was an interception, gang. Look at that ref, boy. He was looking way too ready and excited to throw that flag.
You could get hangry.
That was ass too, by the way.
One. Oh, nice foul. He drops it in the bucket. Io Matter.
That was a nice catch.
Prescott.
GP.
Has some time.
That should have been number 5 right there, boy. That was tough. Come on, JGP.
Taking a deep shot, looking for Waddle. Waddle's down there, and he holds on.
That was nice. That was nice.
More creation in the passing game on the run for Murray in this game.
Big Marv.
Play action turns us back to the
Big Marv.
Murray launches one towards the end zone. It is caught.
Ah.
So these second down and 7 plays are big. Shot down the field, end zone. It is held on to.
That was ass. That was ass.
Penix on 4th down, looking for London. And did he bring it in?
That was nice.
What a catch!
That was nice.
Off to the right. Flacco out of the gun, looking to throw. Throws to the right. It's up for grabs, and it's caught.
That was nice. That was nice. I think I remember watching this. I remember seeing this. Yeah, I remember this. That was nice. Ah, okay. D-Hop. Yeah, let's go.
Throwing for it, floating for the tight end, and a one-handed grab by Jawan Johnson.
Okay. That was no way near better than half of the ones we just watched.
Just much zone defense. Eagles need to get to the 40. Hurts loading up, going deep. Devontae Smith comes back.
Ass, ass, ass.
Gets it. Oh, Devontae Smith.
Tyler Warren.
Michael Pitt.
Jones looking deep down the field.
Ooh! Oh my God. Yo, we gotta slow that one down. What the heck? Whoa. What am I looking for? Playback speed. Bro, that was insane, dude. What the heck?
Jones looking deep down the field.
I have an interesting proposal. If you want to learn something about my country, feel free to ask. Sure, I sure shall. I remember we were doing a lot of learning about your country last time. Well, one of those one streams where we had, and we were even watching like Russian YouTube. I thought that was pretty cool. Bro, am I tweaking or is this like one of the best catches I've ever seen in my life? No lie. This was a beautiful catch.
Jones looking deep down the field.
Am I tripping or is he catching the ball literally in his opposite hand?
Jones looking deep down the field, and it is.
Yo. Yeah, I swear, bro. Listen, look. It looked like he caught the ball not with this hand that's on the defender, but with this one.
Deep down the field.
Bro, if this is number 8, bro, whoever made this list is ass. Okay, I'm sorry I keep saying it, but whoever made this list is ass. If the number 1 catch is not better than this catch, throw this whole list in the trash.
Jones looking deep down the field, and it is.
Yo, that's crazy. Sophia, tell us more about your country. I would love to know more things, but I don't know what to ask. Tell us some things that we wouldn't. What's something about Russia that people get misconstrued? That's a good question. Yeah, nah, that was a beautiful catch, man. That by far was the best catch I've honestly, I could say that is almost, that's tied in first place with Odell Beckham's one-handed finger grab. That was unbelievable. And oh, I don't want to see that.
Tyler Warren. Jones looking deep down the field, and it is.
That's crazy. Yeah, so Sophia, tell us something about Russia that is often misconstrued, or that people often misconstrue about Russia. What's something about Russia that people, Americans, other countries often misconstrue about Russia? I also want to go to Moscow so bad. What's Moscow like?
Second and goal blitz coming. Gino gets rid of it. Incomplete. Oh, wait a minute. Bowers.
Nah, bro. This should have been number 8. Maybe.
Anderson coming off the edge. May steps into it. Takes a shot downfield. And caught for the touchdown.
Nah.
From the Dallas 48.
That's cool, but nah.
Protected. Heaving one. Wants Neighbors. Malik Neighbors.
Ass. This shouldn't even be on the list.
Touchdown Giants. He dropped it in the bucket. Here they bring it. Go to the end zone.
That was beautiful. I ain't even gonna hold you. That was nice. I remember watching this game, and I remember watching that catch.
Was that caught? That's caught. One-on-one outside linebacker on Gainwell. Rodgers off his back foot, throws it down the way, and a flag's coming out.
I remember watching that too. That was nice.
Gainwell. Stafford floats it. Nakua's the target. Oh!
Nah, that was cool, but nah. Bro, why he so hype over that catch? I've seen 4 more catches that was better than this one.
Stafford floats it. Nakua's the target.
That's a beautiful pass, though. Let's admire the pass. I feel like sometimes the passes get overlooked. That was a beautiful pass.
Stafford floats it. Nakua's the target.
Boy, that's a beautiful pass. The pass more beautiful than the catch. Oh, look at how that thing just zipped on, floated on, bro. Oh my God, bro. Matthew Stafford deserved that MVP for sure. Honestly, that catch was better. This catch was better than Puka's.
Stafford floats it. Nakua's the target.
But I ain't gonna lie, bro. That pass is a beauty. Throw the whole list away. Throw the whole list away. Throw the whole list away. This was number 1. Really. Throw the whole list away. Trash. 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 Let's see what the comments section have to say about this. Someone said that Treylon Burks catch was one of the sickest I've seen in years. If both are combined pass and catch, it will be an S rank. Now you talking. Now you talking. But these ain't pass and catch. These just the best catches of the 2025 season, ranked from best to worst. This is an ass list. I'm sorry. Trash can list. Okay. This is number 1. That wasn't even that impressive. Like, dude, what the heck? I saw 5 more catches better than that. That Kenneth Gainwell catch is absolutely unreal. Yeah, it is. And he was a running back. So why would you not have that pass higher up on the list? The Malik Neighbors one should drop below 20, to be honest. I agree. That Malik Neighbors one shouldn't be on the list. That Devonta Smith, that shouldn't be on the list. What else shouldn't be on the list? It was another one too. Shouldn't be on the list. That Travis Hunter catch it was nice. That one was nice for sure. Let's see. Buffalo's is the Bishop one-handed interception. I think they only counted offense. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, see, this is what I'm saying. Kenneth Gainwell's catch was by far better than Burks, Puka Nakua's. I wouldn't say OBJ's, but yeah, better than Burks for sure. And yeah, Emeka Egbuka's his should have been in there too, chat. Commanders, Giants, and Eagles shouldn't be on the list. You know what? You just a biased Cowboys Glazer son. I agree though. Giants, Commanders, and the Eagles should not be on the list, bro. They were so ass. Like this one, ass. Bro, ain't no way that's better than this, bro. Ain't no way in hell that's better than this.
Outside linebacker on Gainwell. Rodgers off his back foot, throws it down the way.
Ain't no way. Take GP off. You tweaking. GP staying on. That was a great. GP should have been higher up on the list for real, to be honest. And then this Jackson Smith and Jigba catch was better than number 1 too. Come on, bro. On the run, bro, with the extension. My dude said, hey, with the extension on the run. The Pittman one was definitely the best too. The Pittman, GP, and Pittman. That Pittman one was tough, bro. To be honest, that Michael Pittman one definitely needs to be number 1. I don't know why that's not. And if my eyes are not deceiving me, Michael Pittman Jr. caught that ball with the opposite hand. It looked like it literally just fell in the opposite hand. And I don't think my eyes are deceiving me. And that's number 8. Gotta be kidding me.
Looking deep down the field, and it is.
Nah, bro, that should have been number 1. Nah, that should have been number 1, bro. Whoever made this list, 67% sports, I'm going to need you to reevaluate your lists again. Because you messed up on this one, man. You messed up on this one, bro. Look at the dude behind him. Look at this guy right here. Look at when they show his face. Look at his facial expression. Get that out of my face. Look at him. He's bewildered. He's baffled. He looked like he just been Smecheldorfed, bamboozled, hoodwinked. Look at his face. He is in utter disbelief. Me too. This should have been number 1. Trash ranking, trash list. 66%. Go back and do this over again. Run it back with the Commanders dude off of the list, with the Eagles player off the list, and the Giants player off the list. Put this at number 1. It deserves it. Okay, next video. Next video, chat. All right. Oh. We got this one. This one I think was...
Wait. I'm gonna feed you the food now.
I don't know. I forgot who sent this in. Jax. That's his name on the Discord.
Wait. I'm gonna feed you the food now. Right, so
Oh, it's back. Why does everything break? I'm not too sure, to be honest. What's been going on? What's been happening, Sophia? Are you guys experiencing any difficulties on the YouTube? Oh my god, bro. I don't think that we can do reaction videos anymore, gang. Because now it's YouTube. YouTube's telling me that the content is belonging to somebody else. Do people not do reactions live anymore, or am I tripping? Am I tripping or what? It said it was restricted in some countries. Thanks, Dom. I appreciate it. enjoy the beach, man. I'm glad you're able to enjoy the beach because right now it's like storming very bad, and I don't know which direction it's going. So enjoy before it gets to Old Town, OC Town, because Old Town's Orlando.
We need to cook the food.
To be honest, I have no idea, Sophia. We about to find out together.
Right, we're feeding you food now. Nom 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 nom. Right, eat up. Right, put your spit. Right. Nom 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 nom.
Yeah.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
All right. So, yeah, that was ass. Literally. Okay. Another Marvel's. Okay, here we go. Another Wolverine trailer. Okay, I'm excited for this because I haven't watched this Wolverine trailer yet. So here we go. Oh, Insomniac Games. Oh my god. Marvel. Game of the year. Oh my god. It's not even actual gameplay footage. This is the best thing I've ever seen in my entire life. This is better than GTA 6.
It's all started to blur together.
Oh!
Every fight. Every death.
Oh, that was so gorgeous. The transition screen. Oh my god. One more time. Oh my god, that is gorgeous, bro. Come on, bro. This game is gonna get so overshadowed by Grand Theft Auto. This game is definitely a candidate for Game of the Year, bro. Beast? Not Beast. What's his name? It's his brother. It's Wolverine. Sabretooth? Oh my god. I remember watching that from the actual gameplay footage.
Slipping away.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Is that X? Whatever her name is? I can't ever remember, but it's like XY something.
Where was?
No.
There won't be anything left except the rage.
I got this on pre-order. September 15th. September 15th cannot come soon enough. I'm getting literal chills. This game is going to be the best game. Oh my gosh, bro. Bro, I'm going to love it. Literal yes. Yes, bro. Literal chills. Those transitions were fantastic, bro. This game is going to be so freaking amazing, bro. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait for this to come out. This is going to be so fire. When are you going to watch the film based on Call of Duty? There's a film based on Call of Duty. Sophia, do you have Discord? If you do, join the Discord. Put the video in videos to react to so I can watch it. I didn't know. I had no idea that there was a film based on Call of Duty. This is amazing. This game is going to... I want to say that this is going to be Game of the Year, bro. But Grand Theft Auto is coming out, so I can't. But I am so stoked to play this. I cannot wait, bro. I already got it pre-ordered. Forget GTA 6, bro. I'm playing this. I'm playing this. Okay. W's for that one, man. Alright, we got another reaction video. This is a pronunciation video. It's 36 seconds.
Welcome to this pronunciation video. Today we will be focusing on a new word that you might find challenging or intriguing. So let's dive into today's word. Liga, which means
you in Korean.
Let's say it all together. Niga. 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 One more time. Niga. Niga.
How many times you gonna call me a nigga?
Niga. Thank you for joining us on this adventure in pronunciation. Remember, language is a journey, not a destination. Keep exploring, experimenting, and expanding your linguistic horizons. We'll see you next time.
I guess I'm a nigga. Because what the heck? I know, right? Yeah, for sure. You can find it everywhere. Just type it into the search and it'll show you everything. A film based on Call of Duty. Okay. Sophia, please. Also, Leonard, please, if y'all can, join the Discord. There's a link in the YouTube bio. Right? I'm going to show y'all. There's a link in the YouTube bio. It's literally the first thing right here. Discord. Join the Discord. Everything that y'all want me to watch and react to, there's a section in our Discord that we have called, y'all probably can't see it at this moment, but it's literally called Vids for Reactions. Put every vid that you want me to watch inside of that thread channel, and we watch them. We watch them every Saturday. I don't want to jump ahead. I don't want to just, it's laid out for me to watch them. Go boom, 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 boom. I'm just going through them, going right through them. You don't have Discord? Leonard. Everybody got Discord. Make one. Or put the link inside of the chat, and then I'll put the link in, because I'm not gonna remember. So if you can, probably put the link in the chat for the video, and then I can copy the link and put it into the Discord if y'all don't have Discord. Because I know some places you can't even get Discord. You know, like some people don't have access to it. And that might be a thing or a case here for Sophia. But, yeah. There's just way too many videos for us to react to for me to get out of the line and side quest a video. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. All right. This one, next video, ranking the NBA's best starting fives for 2027. This is a 27-minute video. Why should this be 27 minutes? But this one is presented to us by Preston. All right, Preston.
This is the top 10 best stuff.
Hang on.
Starting fives for the 2027 NBA season.
All right.
And let's waste no time. Coming in at number 10, I've got the Houston Rockets.
I'm a Filipino. My mom wouldn't let me get a Discord. Oh, God. Well, hey, W's from watching from the Philippines. If you in the Philippines, I just assume that because you say you're a Filipino.
With Fred VanVleet, Amen Thompson, Jabari Smith.
What he say? What rank this is? Number 10? This is not a top 10 starting lineup just because Fred VanVleet is back. Who do they think Fred VanVleet is, bro?
Houston Rockets.
Let's be so for real.
Fred VanVleet, Amen Thompson, Jabari Smith Jr., Kevin Durant, and Alperen Şengün. That is still going to be a formidable group. Yes, Houston.
Why do they think that?
We're
Amen Thompson really don't. Well, no, Amen. Is it Amen, or is it Asar? I think it's Asar. So never mind.
Train wreck to finish last season. They started the year looking like the Thunder's biggest threat and potentially the third best team in the NBA, but they just never improved offensively. If anything, I think they actually got worse. And Kevin Durant's fit with this
Yeah, they got worse. So why do you think Fred VanVleet is going to put them over the offensive hump? Who do y'all think Fred VanVleet is, bro?
Team became incredibly clunky. Some of that was KD's fault, especially when he struggled to handle really simple double teams. But a lot of it was also poor coaching from Ime Udoka, opting to run through Alperen Şengün in clutch time instead of one of the greatest isolation scorers ever. To me, I think it was a total misstep. And honestly, everybody deserves a little bit of blame for how the season ended. But the biggest reason that I still have Houston inside the top 10 is because of the return of Fred VanVleet. He's one of the best pass to turnover ratio guards in the NBA. And this team desperately needed someone who could settle them down, organize the offense, and get everybody into their own spots. On paper, this group is going to be...
So, from what it sounds like to me, they treating Fred VanVleet like a Jamal Murray. I guess.
Pretty good. I mean, you've got defensive weapons, you've got a great isolation bucket getter, and you've got Şengün as a post-up offensive hub. Now, I would still love to see Şengün become a more efficient finisher.
Exactly. Yeah.
Around the basket.
I agree.
And to sharpen some of those playmaking reads.
I agree.
But he is still someone the Rockets can effectively run some offense through, particularly when Durant is sitting or seeing extra attention. But the big thing with the return of Fred VanVleet is how I believe that could really unlock Amen Thompson. Last season, Amen was given more point guard responsibilities, which really took him away from what made him so special as an off-ball mover and backdoor cutter. With Fred back in the fold and Marcus Smart to come off the bench, the leap that we expect...
Oh, I forgot they got Marcus Smart. That is a good point guard pickup. Because Marcus Smart can do almost everything, in my personal opinion.
From Amen last season might simply arrive just 1 year later. Yes, Houston still has concerns, but the talent and defensive ceiling are just too strong to leave this starting five out of the top 10. Now coming in as the 9th best starting five for the 2027 NBA season.
The Pacers? Oh, okay.
I have the Indiana Pacers with Tyrese Halliburton, Andrew Nembhard, Aaron Nesmith, Pascal Siakam, and Ivica Zubac. Indiana's biggest weapon next season is probably going to be their depth. Off the bench, you've got McConnell, Walker, Kelly Oubre, Furphy, Larry Nance Jr., Jay Huff, Ben Shepherd, and I even liked Quentin Jackson and Ethan Thompson last season.
Okay.
Once again, Indiana have put together a ridiculously deep rotation, which really matters for a team that wants to play at a super high pace. Even if we only look at the starting five, it's still a really strong group. Halliburton gives you some of the very best playmaking in the NBA. Nembhard is a quality secondary guard. Aaron Nesmith is a guy that I love, and he gives you shooting mixed with frisky right up in your face defense. Then you've got Pascal Siakam, who always rises to the big moments and basically turns into Draymond Green with an offensive bag once the playoffs begin.
Okay, I'm actually not upset with this take. I think their off starting five is better than the Houston Rockets starting five for sure.
But to me, the big
and then they added Ivica Zubac, and he's nice.
Question is Zubac. It's absolutely fair to say that I'd rather have Zubac as my center over Miles Turner in 2027. But for Indiana's specific system, I honestly don't think I would. Turner's shooting and mobility were a massive part of why the offense worked so well before. The Halliburton-Turner pick and pop pulled opposing big men away from the rim, clearing the middle of the floor, and opening up Indiana's cutting and ball movement. Zubac operates entirely differently. He wants to work down low out of the post and out of the pick and roll. But Indiana weren't really built around either of those things before, and his lack of shooting would allow defenders to sit closer to the rim 24/7. Now, I do trust Rick Carlisle and Tyrese Halliburton to make it all work. Indiana, I believe, will still be a dangerous team once the playoffs begin, even if they don't end up having the highest regular season seed. But I'm just not totally sold on how Ivica Zubac is actually going to slot in with how this team wants to play. Now, coming in as my 8th best starting five for next season, I've got the Cleveland Cavaliers with James Harden, Donovan Mitchell, Jalen Tyson, Evan Mobley, and Jared Allen.
I don't like this one. No, not at all. They didn't really make that many big significant changes to their starting five, and I don't think this starting five is any good. especially not better than that previous starting five. If I were to be honest with you, their starting five is not better than Indiana's starting five. But let's hear his case.
Assuming that Harden returns in free agency, which should happen now, especially with LeBron going to Philly. Harden and Mitchell provide a ridiculous amount of offensive creation in the backcourt. And I actually thought the way that they learned to work off of each other last season was genuinely impressive, considering how small of a window they had to actually get it right. Now they get a full off season and a training camp together, and that's going to do them so good. The sneaky part of this starting five is actually Jalen Tyson. I really enjoyed him during the regular season a year ago because he defended, shot the ball extremely well from three for large parts of the season, and was really the glue guy for a lot of their lineups. With two ball-dominant guards and two big men, he just needs to be able to hit those open catch-and-shoot threes, guard opposing wings and guards, and fill in all the gaps with
okay.
Then you get to Mobley and Allen, who give Cleveland its defensive backbone. Mobley is still one of the better defenders in the NBA when
he's also a 12 and 10 guy.
he's playing with the right force and mentality, while Allen remains a reliable five. Cleveland will also stagger those groups, so Mitchell plays with Mobley and Harden plays with Allen, giving them two natural guard big combinations all throughout the game. This should once again make them an excellent regular season team, but the playoffs is where we have to hesitate. A Harden-Mitchell backcourt puts too much pressure on a guy like Tyson defensively, and we saw that firsthand against New York for Dean Wade and Max Strus. Cleveland kept closing with both Harden and Mitchell on the floor together, even when they probably should have benched Harden in favor for Mitchell, Wade, and Strus to give them one more capable defender to stop the Knicks. But they just didn't do it. And I don't trust them to make that uncomfortable decision next time either. Just like it was in the playoffs just gone. I think egos should really be their undoing again. Now, coming in as my 7th best starting five for the 2027 NBA season, I have the Toronto Raptors.
I agree. If Kawhi goes.
This is...
And it's a lot going on with Kawhi right now.
All assuming that the Kawhi Leonard deal goes through.
Yes.
Giving them a starting unit of Emmanuel Quigley, RJ Barrett, Kawhi Leonard, Scotty Barnes, and Jakob Poeltl.
Yes.
Personally, I would rather see them go with CMB at the 5, but I don't think Toronto is going to pull that lever immediately because they want to keep the door open for trading Poeltl at the deadline. And if you go and bring Poeltl off the bench, you're just going to nerf his trade value. That decision is ultimately why I have the Raptors here at 7. If you put Colin Murray-Boyles in at the 5 instead, then I probably put this starting 5 up into the top 5. Now, even with Poeltl at the 5, this is still a scary front court. Kawhi and Scotty could become one of the better duos in basketball.
Oh my gosh.
Especially the more time they get to play with each other. Scotty showed massive flashes in the playoffs as a legitimate distributor, and I really think that becoming the second option.
We still good over here, chat? We still good, chat? Alright, we still good. Just had to make sure, man. Things been tripping. Okay, cool.
For this team is just the role that he's supposed to have. The backcourt is also really solid too. RJ Barrett was playing great basketball last season. I also like Jamal Shead and Jacoby Walter off the bench. And yeah, the Quickly experiment has been a little up and down. But if he can stay healthy next season and thrive alongside a stronger infrastructure, maybe this could be the year where he finally settles into the role. The swing piece to me though is Jakob Poeltl. The year before last, he was viewed as one of the more underrated centers in basketball, but last season the back injuries really seemed to catch up with him. He still could provide good pick and roll play and connectivity with his passing, but his defense is a major red flag. Either way, Kawhi gives them something that Brandon Ingram wasn't able to deliver last season.
Defense.
Consistent and efficient bucket getting. He averaged about 27 points a
That
game
too.
a year ago and had stretches where he was legitimately playing at a top 5 level. Health is always going to be the question, but if these guys can actually be on the floor, I believe the Raptors have one of the better starting units in basketball.
I agree.
Coming in as the 6th best starting 5 for the 2027 NBA season, I have the Minnesota Timberwolves with LaMelo Ball, Anthony Edwards, Ayo Dosunmu, Jaden McDaniels, and Rudy Gobert. That court should be incredible.
I like this starting 5. I just personally don't know how I feel about having Ayo at the 3, bro. Like, as a small forward, Ayo, I feel like Ayo way too small, low key. Like, is that wrong for me to think? Let me see. Let me check Ayo's stats. He was 6'5". Bro, just show me how tall bro is. .6'4". Bro's 6'4". They 6'4" at small forward? Nah, bro. Nah, bro. Because if you think about it, let's see how tall is Ace Bailey. Ace Bailey's 6'9". Ace Bailey is 6'9". 6'4" versus 6'9". Come on, that's matchup hell.
To watch. LaMelo Ball and Anthony Edwards feel like the perfect yin and yang. LaMelo gives you the playmaking and distribution, but can struggle with scoring efficiency and defense. While Anthony Edwards is a more reliable scorer and a better defender, but has just never been an elite playmaker. So in theory, they should make life a lot easier for each other. And the bigger reason as to why I think their combination's really going to work is how both of them are pretty good at playing without the ball. So this shouldn't turn into a my turn, your turn basketball fit. I believe they should actually be able to operate together, and I expect Minnesota to stagger their minutes over the course of the whole game, allowing them to have an all-star guard running the show for a full 48 minutes. Jaden McDaniels as your third option is also pretty deadly too. He's added so much to his game offensively, and we already know that he's one of the better wing defenders in the sport. That leads us into the concern with this group. They are small. Ayo Dosunmu playing the 3 is pretty undersized.
Yes, I'm so glad he knows ball. This guy knows ball.
And McDaniels still feels like a natural 3 instead of a power forward.
I 100% agree with that. I think that they should do something with the power forward. Get a power forward in there. Move Dosunmu to the bench, bro. Have Dosunmu coming off the bench, bro. I think that that's the best thing that they can do. Have Dosunmu coming off the bench. Have Jaden McDaniels at the 3 and either move one of their bench guys up from a power forward into the power forward position or sign a power forward during this free agency. It's not over yet. I don't know who they got out there, but it's not over yet.
As this lineup currently stands, I believe it's going to put a lot more pressure on Rudy Gobert.
Yes.
Who has been one of the best backline defenders in basketball for years at this point, but now he's going to be asked to cover even more without a legitimate power forward alongside of him. If Rudy takes even one step backwards next season, Minnesota's defense could suffer badly. I would love Minnesota to go add a proper power forward before the offseason ends, particularly with LeBron now being fully off the table, and that would allow you to move McDaniels back to his preferred position at the 3 and to have Ayo be your 6th man instead of...
This guy knows ball. I know ball. I literally just said all of this. I literally just said all of this.
Of an undersized small forward. But even as currently constructed, the offensive ceiling of LaMelo and Ant is good enough to put Minnesota here at number 6. Now coming in as the 5th best starting lineup for the 2027 NBA season, I have the Miami Heat with Davion Mitchell, Tim Hardaway Jr., Andrew Wiggins, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Bam Adebayo.
This is a fantastic starting 5. Not even gonna lie to you. You got defense with a combination of scoring. Bro, this is a top 5 starting 5 that's going to be scary. Davion Mitchell, he's a good defender. He struggles a little bit when it comes to his consistency on the offensive end. But Davion Mitchell, if he can ramp his scoring consistency up, bro, this is a playoff team, deep playoff team. Like maybe Eastern Conference Finals playoff team. Because you got Davion. And if they can all stay healthy. Davion, Tim Hardaway Jr., sniper for sure. Defense, it can be a little inconsistent, but he's good defensively. He's good enough defensively. Andrew Wiggins, we're familiar with Andrew Wiggins, #1 overall pick. We're familiar with Andrew Wiggins. He's great on the offensive end. He is also good on the defensive end. MVP of the league, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Bam Adebayo. This is a great starting 5. I love this.
Obviously, Miami were heavily involved in a LeBron James conversation, but
I think I picked up some kind of third-party virus. Oh, no. Sophia, that's not good. That's not good at all.
he's officially chosen to go to Philly, even without landing LeBron for a second time. I still think that Miami has one of the best starting lineups in the NBA. The first thing you're probably thinking is that the depth isn't there. And that's
fine.
Fair.
That's
Miami
fine.
still needs to add more behind this group before the season begins. But when we are purely judging the starting 5, the talent is undeniable. Davion Mitchell is one of the better point-of-attack defenders in the sport.
That's what I just said.
Andrew Wiggins is an excellent wing defender who always seems to raise his intensity once the playoffs begin. Then you've got Giannis and Bam behind that, giving Miami two of the most versatile defenders in the game.
That's what I'm saying.
Junior is going to be the...
I'm just signing in my Discord. Okay, there we go. Yes, sir. Oh my gosh. Okay. Let's acknowledge your presence when you join in. When you join in, we'll acknowledge your presence. We'll give you a hello, hello, hello.
Talent is undeniable. Davion Mitchell is one of the better point-of-attack defenders in the sport, while Andrew Wiggins is an excellent wing defender who always seems to raise his intensity once the playoffs begin.
Right.
Then you've got Giannis and Bam behind that, giving Miami two of the most versatile defenders in the game. Tim Hardaway Jr. is going to be the weak link defensively.
I said that.
He provides something that lineup desperately needs.
Scoring.
Shooting. He
Yes.
finished top 3 in 6th Man of the Year voting a year ago, and his spacing is going to be vital next to Giannis and Bam.
For sure,
This
Leonard.
group has an answer for pretty much any kind of star.
Yes.
Got Davion for guards, Wiggins for wings,
Yes.
and Giannis and Bam for those bigger players.
Yes.
They project to be one of the more versatile defensive groups in basketball. That defense should feed directly into their offense as well. If the Miami Heat can force turnovers, they can get out and run, allowing Giannis to attack in the open floor, where he's basically impossible to stop without giving up either a foul, an emphatic dunk, or a wide open shot for someone else.
Yes.
The half-court offense could still become ugly for stretches because I do think...
But that doesn't change the fact I registered via phone. You registered for Discord on the phone? What'd you register for? You should... I don't know. What did you register for?
They need another creator. Maybe a DeMar DeRozan type who is available in free agency. But defensively, this lineup should be devastating. And that alone is good enough to keep Miami inside the top 5. Now, coming in as the 4th best starting 5 for the 2027 NBA season.
Okay, for sure, for sure. That makes a lot of sense. Leonard, I was asking Sophia. She said that doesn't change the fact that I registered via phone.
I actually have the Philadelphia 76ers with the addition of LeBron James.
Tyrese, VJ, Jalen, LeBron, Joel. I like it, but if I were to be honest, if I were to be completely honest, I like Jaylen Brown at the 2. It says expired. Okay, I got you. One second. I got you. Okay, 1 second. 1 second. I got you. I got you. No worries. No worries. No worries. No worries. I forget after a certain amount of time, the link does expire. No worries. No worries. No worries. Hey, I got you. I got you. I got you. You ready? You ready? You ready? Boom. All right, click it again. Trust me, it'll work. It'll work this time. I'm telling you. You're going to be like, "Oh, dang. I can't believe that actually worked this time." Oh, man, I'm right in front of the freaking starting 5 thing. Okay. I'm so sorry. Here we go. Starting 5 for the 76ers. I like this. Me personally, I gotta check to see who they got at the power forward position, like who else they got. Let me check real quick. Let me do a quick little deep dive. Philly roster. But they got Caldwell Pope out there too. They just drafted Caleb Love, if I'm not mistaken. But they don't got no power forwards. They have no power forwards. Huh. Interesting. So what I was going to say is I would put Tyrese Maxey at the 1. VJ, I would put him on the bench and have him come off 6-man. Jalen, I would put him at power shooting guard. LeBron, I would put him at small, and then I would add a power forward here. And then have Joel. However, they don't have a power forward. And they got some small forwards that you could probably throw in that power forward role, but I wouldn't trust it. So this one would stay the same. Hey, that boy Leonard. Welcome to the Discord, Leonard. Yes, sir. W. Leonard for joining the Discord. Okay, we'll go back because it's not that big of a deal.
Starting 5 is now Tyrese Maxey, VJ Edgecombe, Jaylen Brown, LeBron James, and Joel Embiid. But despite adding LeBron, I do have them out of the top 3 still. Now, let me make something abundantly clear. Philadelphia just became a far better basketball team. Before the move, my biggest concern with their offense was the complete lack of playmaking. Maxey isn't an elite distributor. VJ Edgecombe is still young. Jaylen Brown has never been a great passer. And Embiid is not someone who unlocks everybody around him either. LeBron can fix that immediately. Imagine him running actions with Maxey, playing a 2-man game with Joel, or leading a second unit with VJ. There are so many combinations that the 76ers can use now. And their offense should look far less clunky than it would have without LeBron, because they have finally got someone who can organize everything. But it also further complicates the most confusing hierarchy in basketball. Maxey was the #1 option last season. We all know Joel Embiid is a #1 option when he's healthy. Jaylen Brown was a #1 option all last season. And even in year 24, LeBron James is still one of the very best second options in basketball.
This is what the thing that I was trying to figure out when this team got Jaylen Brown and LeBron. I was like, who's going to be the first option? Because I would have wanted Jaylen Brown to go to a team where he's the number one guy. And then you go to Philly where they got Tyrese Maxey, and Tyrese Maxey is literally putting up 30 plus a night. I don't know. I'm curious. I'm curious to see how this works, and I'm pretty sure this is the same thing that he's going to talk about.
Someone out of Embiid, Brown, or LeBron is going to have to be the fourth option on certain nights. Then you've got VJ Edgecombe, who I was already worried about getting lost in the shuffle, and he moves even further down the list now. The other concern that I've got is defense. Edgecombe and Brown can really defend, but a guy like Jaylen Brown is also going to have offensive responsibilities. LeBron was still okay last season as a defender, but we still need to see what that will even look like in year 24. And Embiid is just nowhere near the same defensive force around the rim that he used to be. However, if everybody...
The one thing that I'm tired of when I see Embiid, bro, I feel like Embiid is always on the ground, dude. Can you stay off the ground, Embiid? Like, please.
Body buys in. Philadelphia could easily win the Eastern Conference next season. LeBron has already spoken about wanting to sacrifice again. Embiid took the step back for Maxey last season, and Brown was very vocal about trying to recruit LeBron to Philadelphia. So I don't really have any doubts that this team will buy in, but compared to the three teams above, Philadelphia still can't match their defenses, continuity, or clean fit. Only one player can have the basketball at once. And right now in Philadelphia, I just believe there's too many cooks in the kitchen to absolutely move them inside of the top three. Now, coming in as my third best starting five for the 2027 NBA season, I've got the Oklahoma City Thunder with SGA, Cason Wallace, Jalen Williams, Chet Holmgren, and Isaiah Hartenstein. Cason Wallace steps into the starting five after the departure of Lou Dort, and honestly, I think that lineup might be even better now because of it. Wallace gives them more offensively with his better shooting and ability to be a threat out in transition.
True.
While still being an excellent defender.
I like this one.
Cason did not take the big leap that everybody was expecting of him last season, but he did come alive in the playoffs and was massive in that Game 7 loss to San Antonio. Something that has gone really under the radar with the Thunder is how rarely their best players have actually been healthy together. 2 seasons ago, it was Chet Holmgren, who barely played any games in the regular season, but returned for the playoffs and they were good enough to win the title. Last season, J-Dub constantly dealt with hamstring injuries and a hand issue to begin the year, and yet the Thunder still made the Western Conference Finals. So to me, it goes without saying, if the big three can finally stay healthy together, this team truly could reach another level. I'm a massive Jalen Williams believer because the year before last, he was playing at an all-NBA level, and he's also the same guy who had a 40 ball in the NBA Finals. Williams impacts the game on both sides of the floor as he's a way better playmaker than people realize, and he's quietly one of the better defenders in the game. So losing Lou Dort does hurt a bit defensively, but I think Jalen Williams can just take on those normal Lou Dort assignments while giving them a dramatically better offense. Here though is still led by Shea, who I see no reason as to why he won't deliver another MVP caliber year. And then you've got Holmgren, who was excellent against pretty much everybody except for Wembanyama and the Spurs, which still is just a massive issue. And considering the fact that that's your biggest threat next season and the team that just sent you home, so he definitely still needs to add more size, become stronger in the paint, and continue to develop offensively too. Hartenstein gives them the physical, big-bodied center who can handle some of those better matchups that Chet struggles with. And yeah, the Thunder did lose a lot of bench depth this offseason, but if we're only judging the starting five, I genuinely believe that they improved. Now coming in as the second best starting five for the NBA season, I've got
second best. So who the first best?
the defending champion New York Knicks with Jalen Brunson, Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby.
I mean, running it back, same thing, yeah.
What's crazy is that 1 year ago, this exact starting five wasn't very good in the playoffs. There was real scrutiny over this group because they were clearly playing better when they weren't in the game. Then you swap Tom Thibodeau for Mike Brown, who came in and completely changed the way that they played. And just one season later, they're NBA champions.
Right.
Jalen Brunson obviously is the head of the snake. He can score the ball in so many different ways.
Right.
But the reason this lineup has become so dangerous is because everybody has bought into playing a team game. OG Anunoby was sensational throughout the previous playoff run, providing amazing shooting and great defense. Mikal Bridges was also unconscious from the floor while still giving them another really great wing defensive option. Josh Hart brings the rebounding, the hustle, and the occasional transition play while also making solid decisions with the ball. Karl Anthony Towns is the magnet that makes this whole thing work though. His ability to score the ball from literally anywhere at the center position completely stretches out the floor, and I thought his defense went seriously underrated throughout the postseason as well. Outside of Brunson, this is basically a lineup of two-way talent. Even though Josh Hart is a bit of an offensive question mark, he proved against the Cavaliers that you simply can't leave him open. If you do, he knocks down shots, and he's good at keeping the ball moving as well. That is what Mike Brown changed the most, because literally everybody moves on the Knicks. Even Brunson was setting screens last season, and you just never completely know where the next action is actually coming from. They play 5-out offense. They can switch everything defensively, and by doing that, they make it incredibly difficult to actually switch hunt Brunson. An issue
Oh, number one team is gonna be the Spurs.
that was a problem for years leading up to that point. This lineup went from being a major concern to a championship starting five in just 12 months. And to me, this is the second best starting five in basketball because there's one team that is gearing up for revenge.
Bro, I wish they would stop glazing the Spurs, man. I just want them to stop glazing the Spurs. Yo, what's good, Monkey? Number one team going to be Liverpool.
But before we get to number one, I have to quickly say some honorable mentions. I don't have the Nuggets in here because of the Peyton Watson restricted free agency situation and how they might not have Cam Johnson because of this as well. And Denver is just in a really tough situation at the moment. I also don't have the Detroit Pistons because of the Jalen Duren situation, as that standoff could really still change what their starting five is even going to look like. But now let's get into what I believe will be the best starting lineup next season. And it's the San Antonio Spurs with
I don't understand.
Fox, Stephon Castle, Devin Vassell, Julian Champagnie, and Victor Wembanyama. There are multiple ways San Antonio could build out this lineup. Personally, I'd give Dylan Harper around a 20% chance to be starting by opening night, but even if he doesn't, there's still a more than healthy chance that he earns a spot midway through the season. That would potentially give them a starting five of Fox, Harper, and Castle moving across to the 3, with either Vassell or Champagnie at the 4 and Wembanyama at the 5.
I don't like it.
Even with the standard starting 5, I still think San Antonio has the best group in basketball. I think it starts with De'Aaron Fox having a legit bounce-back season. His NBA Finals performance was nowhere near good enough for a max contract all-star level guard. But you do have to give him the benefit of the doubt because of the ankle injury, as he clearly didn't have his normal burst. His shooting and overall decision-making, though, was bad too, which is just totally inexcusable, so that will need to improve. There were so many moments where I would have genuinely rather Dylan Harper to be in the game purely because of decision-making and the moment. And when we're talking about a guy who's been an all-star versus a rookie, that should never be the conversation that we're having. Fox was supposed...
Oh, Monkey, by the way, I don't like you. What'd you say? Also, I probably won't be in any of your future streams, future late streams. Only ones like this early in 2 hours from now. I'll have a better sleep schedule. Okay, that's fine. That's fine, because we're trying to... You did it? Yay! Sophia! Hey! Where you at? Oh. Is this you? That was you? Oh, okay, okay, okay. Okay. Leonard. Bro moving his head with the ball. W for putting the link in there, bro. But be sure to put it in vids for reactions, okay? Also, Sophia, I see you. You made it. Yeah. Let's wave to Sophia. All right. Fire. Okay. There you go. Okay, for sure, for sure. Well, Don put it in there from Leonard. Okay. I see Monkey put his in there too. We probably don't have that many left. Okay, cool, 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 cool. All right. What was your... Oh, yes, Monkey. I wanted to tell you something. So, specifically for... Use that if you want to. You dig what I'm saying? That's the command. That'll give you access. Because right now it's not on because the platform that I was using for TTS, yeah, the platform that I was using for TTS reached its 400 message limit yesterday. And so in order for me to use TTS with that specific platform that I was using again, it's going to cost me $8.99 a month. I don't want to pay for that right now. So yeah, we're doing this. Okay.
Used to be the guy steadying everything, but he just wasn't that dude. So a bounce back year for him, I believe, is genuinely on the cards. And for the sake of his career, you'd hope that happens. Then
all right, I've had enough of this one. Number one, start for the starting lineups. The Spurs. The Spurs cool. I used to grow up as a Lakers fan, okay? So here's my quarrel. I grew up a Lakers fan because Kobe Bryant, of course. Once Kobe Bryant retired and LeBron went to the Lakers, I stopped watching the Lakers like as my go-to team. So the Lakers aren't my favorite team anymore. However, because I grew up a Lakers fan, that required me to not like the Spurs because, you know, that whole era was Lakers Spurs. So with that being said, I don't like that they glazed the Spurs like this so heavy. Do I like some of the Spurs players? Yes, I like Stephon Castle. I think Stephon Castle is a great. I don't like that they forced Victor Wembanyama on me. So I could care less about the Spurs being number one. I do like some of these other numbers of starting fives from some of these other teams though, for sure. Okay, on to the next video. Hopefully we can get all these out right here, right now, before too late. Okay. This one is 23 minutes too. All right. I am a Spurs fan. Of course you are. You are. I understand why you are a Spurs fan. Just because I said I don't like the Spurs. Probably. Mainly. I'm going to go with that. Mainly.
No, it's not that at all.
Sure, Don. I mean, Monkey. Sure. It's not that at all. Not one bit. Okay. This one was also sent by Preston. What happened to every team's most recent number one pick?
Number one picks became Hall of Famers. Others never played a single down in the NFL. And three franchises. The Seahawks.
Oh, you like Wembanyama? Okay. All right. I'm gonna give you that one then.
Broncos and Ravens have never held the top pick at all. When was your team's most recent number one pick? And if you don't know, you're about to find out because in this video,
what was the
every single team?
Oh, it was our running back. It was our running back for the
So we're gonna do
Cowboys.
this alphabetically by team city. So that starts us off with Kyler Murray, drafted by the Arizona Cardinals in 2019. He came out hot, winning Offensive Rookie of the Year, throwing for 3,722 yards, 20 touchdowns,
Oof.
12 interceptions, and also running for
I also
544
like
more yards.
Mutombo.
He had
Oh,
unbelievable
Dikembe?
quickness that made him a nightmare to defend when he was fully healthy.
Murray keeps. Shows his speed and slides.
He took another step forward in 2020 and 2021, making the Pro Bowl both seasons and also leading the Cardinals to respectable records of 8-8 and 9-5 as a starter those years. But I think the real downfall of Kyler Murray happened in 2022. In Week 14 against the Patriots, Murray took off to scramble and tore his ACL. For a player as mobile as himself, this was heartbreaking, and not a lot of people can ever fully recover from an injury like that. 2023 was about testing that leg and getting back into playing shape. 2024 was a step in the right direction, but 2025 has been a nightmare. Arizona is one of the worst teams in the league. Kyler is on IR because of a foot injury, and he
Rip
lost his
Mutombo.
job to Jacoby Brissett.
I don't think he's dead.
Overall, it's looking like the Cardinals are going to move
But
on
if he
to the
is,
next season.
Rip Mutombo. Michael Vick.
Kyler had some crazy speed coming out of college, but it was nothing compared to Michael Vick, who was one of the
He
most
died in
electric
24.
players of all time, and for sure,
Oh, snap,
the
yeah.
best Madden player ever.
Rip Mutombo.
Classic Vick. He finished as MVP runner-up after leading the Falcons to an 11-4 record as a starter, and he also ran for 902 yards on the year. Nobody had ever seen a player quite as explosive as him when it came to a running quarterback. Everybody thought that Vick would run the league for years, but he lost his prime years to the dogfighting scandal and served time in federal prison, which was just a huge fall from grace. He did make a comeback with the Eagles as
Which I find like very weird. Like, really? But anyway,
he lit up Washington on Monday Night Football.
they had him serving federal time for fighting dogs. But we can't lock up the pedophiles.
I'm sure a lot of you remember that
Dog
game.
fighting
The
for
guy had
pussies, he evil for
330
that.
He just got dogs fighting other dogs. But we got high government officials.
They abuse the dogs and the dogs bite and kill each other. It's evil.
And they had him serve federal time for that. Federal prison. But we can't lock up the pedophiles. We can't lock up the people on the Epstein. Okay. Woe is me.
Two wrongs don't make a right, dumbass. Of course he served federal time. He deserved life. Fuck heck.
No way. I don't think he deserved life. And two wrongs don't make a right. Yeah, obviously. But they're just dogs, bro. Dogs seemingly have more rights than humans. What about all these children who are getting trafficked?
ID have shanked bro in prison. I hate abusing dogs. You a real pussy for that if you that type of person.
It's literally just a dog, though. Like, a dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that that's sometimes, like, weird. Like, we value a dog's life more than a human's life. It's like, I'm weird. If we really cared about like pets and animals that much, like there would be no, like, I'm not even gonna go there. But should he have been abusing the dogs? No, obviously he should not have been abusing the dogs. But federal
I don't value a dog's life more than a human's life. If you abuse people, you deserve the same. I'm just protective AF about animals.
which is completely understanding. You can be protective about animals, but federal prison over a guy who was using dogs in dogfights versus no federal prison for people who are raping, pillaging, versus the people who are raping, pillaging, trafficking women and children and bombing and kill. Like, let's be so for real here. He got federal prison time for dogs. There's people right now who are raping, pillaging, killing.
But that doesn't mean that every other crime should just be ignored.
It shouldn't be ignored. I'm just saying the level of seriousness. One person got federal prison for dog fighting. These people who are doing all of these other things have literally not gotten arrested. No time served. That's what I'm saying. Who cares about if a crime is a crime? Yeah.
Because they're powerful.
That's my point. That's my point. They gave this man federal prison time over some dogs, but the other people who deserve, like you said, death, have gotten nothing. Now, granted, I'm gonna look at it the same way they say it in the Bible. Sin is sin, regardless. A lie is looked at the same way as murder in the eyes of the Lord. So yes, crime is the crime. That's all still happening. He using dogs to fight other dogs. Yes, that's still a crime that's punishable. But if we really want to talk about the serious nature of it, would I rather fight dogs or rape, steal, kill, pillage children? I think I'd rather fight dogs. Like, let's be so for real. Kidnapping, hijacking, and killing and stealing shit, and bro, for just making dog. Thank you, Leonard. Thank you, Leonard. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
It's a hobby yawn.
That's all I'm saying. Clip that. That's going to go viral. I'm not trying to go viral because I'm just really honestly giving my points about it. But I just thought that was the weird. I think that's weird, in my personal opinion. Okay, you sent it, but I just didn't think about it, and it's in our translation. Oh, that's okay. Maybe we'll still be able to.
Not gonna be on your side for talking about the fact he doesn't deserve prison for abusing dogs.
No, it's not. It's not the fact that he didn't deserve prison for abusing the dogs, bro. There's a difference between federal prison and prison. This man served time in federal prison. They could have just he could have just got locked up, bro, and just went to jail. He could have just went to jail. There's a difference between federal prison and jail. He could have just went to jail. He served federal prison time. Those are two completely different things. If anything, just put him in jail for 6 months. This nigga was locked away in federal prison.
Still a violent, predatory crime.
It's against a dog. It's not a violent. It's a violent crime. Predatory? Dude, we have people raping children who have not gotten arrested. What do you mean? You can't sit here and tell me that just...
Absolutely predatory, you're abusing innocence.
Bro, they're dogs, bro. They're just dogs. What innocence is he abusing from a dog? It's literally a dog. Dogs can't talk. Dogs, the only thing that I believe that dogs genuinely have is feelings. But outside of that, it's not a human. People be so caught up on the rights of animals versus the rights of humans. People be pressed about abortions, aborting a human life, killing a human. More so, they don't give a fuck.
You have power over a living thing that feels pain, fear, emotions. He's making them fight and kill each other. They feel the pain.
What's not predatory? Okay. Now, when you put it like that, I understand. But it's a dog, gang. Like, I don't know if it's just me. I've never had that big or that. I don't know. I guess it's just me. I've never had that sort of attachment to animals to the point to where it's like I really feel. But thank you, bro. Asians eat dogs and they don't go to federal prison. That's what I'm saying, bro. It's literally a dog. That's my only sentiment about it, bro. It's literally a dog. People don't give a fuck about the lives of babies, and they abort them every single day. This man fighting dogs with other dogs, federal prison. People used to take black people.
Yes, because that's what it is. If you heard a dog's yell, a dog's scream, and a dog's cry, you'd feel empathy. The fact that they can do that and end.
The fact that they can do that and not feel something, you were pretty fucked up. So I guess all of Asia fucked up because they eat dogs, bro. Like, and if you feel that way, you gotta have that same sentiment towards chickens, towards fish, towards cows. You should not eat any of those foods then, because they all have feelings. They all have, and what we do to cows, we put them, we hurt them, we milk them, we kill them, we slaughter them, we then take their food. We like, bro, like, they're animals. We have dominion over animals. But the fact that this man was just,
when they torture dogs. I've never seen someone make cows fight to the death and go through all that pain. It's a fast death.
you ain't never seen somebody dehead a chicken then, bro. It's fast, but chickens still feel everything with their heads cut off. Same thing with fish. Regardless if it's fast or slow, bro. I'm just saying, we have dominion over animals. People care more about animal lives than they do about human existence. Whether it be a fetus in a woman's belly, it's still a human. And people would rather those people kill and abort babies and nothing happened to them versus a man using dogs to fight other dogs for some money.
This is a stupid conversation. Both can be true, can't you get that?
I do get that. I'm just saying, all I'm saying is, my point is, this man served federal prison time for fighting with dogs, dude. Like, but we got people raping, killing.
As he should.
He shouldn't serve federal prison time for dog fighting. I don't agree with that. Regular jail, yeah.
And they should face prison time too.
And they should, but guess what? They haven't. This man did. This man served his time. He served federal prison time. Jail would have been more acceptable for me, but federal prison? Fuck no.
But it's a different conversation completely.
It is a completely different conversation, but the two things are still one thing. This man served federal prison time for fighting dogs. People are raping and stealing and sex trafficking children. No prison time. We know who the people are who's been doing this. No prison time, no jail time, no federal time. One thing is much more worse than the other.
Comparing two completely different things, though the way you're saying it makes it sound like you're ignoring his crimes.
I'm just saying the penance for his crime should not have been as significant for what it was. Black people used to be taken, put together in a room, told to fight and kill each other. Why them people ain't serve federal prison time? Oh, because we're not dogs. Oh, yeah. But nobody gives a fuck about that. We still have illegal fight rings. We still have fight clubs where people go out and fight. But you know what they did instead? They just monetized it. They call it the UFC.
Times have changed, that's why. Do you know how long ago that was? None is going to federal prison for that now because it doesn't exist anymore.
It's like the Philippines, we making roosters fight. Yeah, Cortel's like the judge. Times have changed, that's why. Do you know how long ago that was? No one is going to federal prison for that. It does still exist. It 100% does still exist. And I gave my example. All I said was they monetized it. That's the only difference. One is monetized. He was making money. They're not. Ooh. That's all I'm saying, bro.
Also consensual, LOL.
All I'm saying is, from what he did for some dogs, bro, like,
that's a massive difference.
For what he did over some dogs, to me, I think it's crazy. Like, But then again, it's just one of those things. All right.
Players of all time, and for sure, the most broke.
Bro, Diddy ain't getting federal.
He deserved federal prison time. People who murder, rape, pillage also deserve it. Let's just agree to disagree and move on.
I just don't see why you feel like he deserved federal prison time over dogfighting.
Madden player ever. 2004 was classic Vic.
I'ma fast forward some of this.
Running dogfighting scandal and served. Vic would run the league for years, but he lost his prime years to the dogfighting scandal and served time in federal prison, which was just a huge fall from grace. He did make a comeback with the Eagles and lit up Washington on Monday.
Let me look up this
I'm
real
sure
quick,
a lot of you remember that
because I
game.
want to
The guy
see.
had 333 yards passing, 80 rushing, 6 total touchdowns in a 59-28 blowout. That game right there makes you wonder, what would he have been like if we never missed his prime? After his run with the Eagles came to an end, Vic played with the Jets and the Steelers, but by that point in time, he was in his mid-30s and the magic was gone. Nowadays, he's the head coach of the Norfolk State Spartans football team. The Bills haven't had a top pick in quite some time, but their last guy was Bruce Smith, one of the best defenders ever. The NFL's all-time sack leader with 200. For over a decade, this guy terrorized opposing quarterbacks. He made 11 Pro Bowls, earned 8 first-team All-Pro nods, and played in 4 straight Super Bowls.
Because the lack of empathy and predatory capability to do something like that.
Guy was an all-time
That's why a lot
great
of
who
people
dominated
with
for
antisocial
19
personality
years. For the sake
disorder.
of keeping this
I need to make those longer, those texts, because they stop at 140 characters. Well, hunting shouldn't be a thing. I don't know. I don't know. Because a lot of the things that you're saying, like, so does that make me a predator or whatever? If, because I like to hunt? Does that make me a psychopath because I like hunting? I don't, they're just animals. I don't value an animal's life more than I value the life of that of a human. Human life is more valuable than animals. God gave us dominion over all of the beasts of the earth. All of the beasts of the earth. Granted, how is it different?
They don't use the dogs after they torture them to death and make them kill other animals.
Bro, based on what you said it's because the lack of empathy and predatory capability to do something like that. That same lack of empathy and predatory capability still goes into the aspect or the concept of I'm about to go find and kill a buck. There's nothing different about that.
You aren't torturing what you hunt, are you?
Some hunters do torture what they hunt. I've never gone hunting, but I do know some people who do hunt and they torture the animals that they hunting. Come on. Putting them in a bear trap is setting up a bear trap. That animal is now being tortured and in pain. I don't know. All I'm saying is God gave us dominion over all of the beasts of the earth. Is there a difference? Is there a fine line? Yes, I'm not about to just go outside and torture a guinea pig or whatever just for the sake of just torturing the guinea pig. Am I gonna go outside and want to shoot one of these ducks? Yeah. Yeah, they keep messing up my garden. Do I want to go and grab a duck, a goose? Yeah. But at the same time, I'm not going to, because yeah, I'm not going to, fuck around and mess with this duck. But at the same time, I have dominion over the duck. So if I want to, I'm going to grab the duck by its neck and strangle it and kill it. Because I have dominion and I have absolute power to do so. Am I going to do that to a human? No. Because I value the life of the human more than I value the life of an animal. To me personally, Federal prison is insane in regards to this, and I'm reading it right now. I'm reading exactly what he went to prison for. It was more than just about the ducks. I mean, not about the ducks, more than just about the dogs. But it was a so the one thing that people don't like, the government of America, the American government, one thing that they don't like is when people make money during doing things that's gambling, not in the guise of the gambling association. So the main thing that why he went to jail had a lot to do with they was making a whole lot of money drawing gamblers from multiple states. He essentially created a gambling ring and used dogs as the means of where people are making money in his organization. He was illegally making money. Gambling is illegal in certain aspects of the United States. And during 2002 and 2007, this was a big no-no. All right. Granted, yes, are dogs involved? 100%. Animal cruelty. Yes.
1. Prolonged agony of the animal. 2. Betrayal of trust in domestic animals. 3. No other reason to do it other than cruel entertainment.
I don't understand what you're saying by that. Cortel, test my skate game that is in dev. Can I send you the link? I can send you. Yeah, send the link. Bro, maybe bro doesn't eat meat because he doesn't like to torture an animal. In short, take a look and see how you feel. Okay, for sure. I definitely will, Sophia. Especially because you sent it in the... I didn't expect much meticulousness from anyone, but from our people. So he was, let's see. Okay, so here's what he got convicted for. This is what the charge was. This is the felony charge that he had. This is why he served federal prison. He served federal prison because he had felony charges of conspiracy to travel in interstate commerce in aid of unlawful activities, gambling. That's why he served federal prison time.
Video semi-short. This is all I'm going to include about Smith, but just know he's a legend.
Bryce Young.
And next up we have Bryce Young, drafted #1 in 2023. The Panthers were desperately hoping that he would be the answer to their quarterback problem. I wouldn't say he's fully answered their prayers just yet, but he's certainly headed in the right direction. After going 2-14 during his rookie year, many people were ready to write him off.
Yeah, same.
I don't know, man, I just don't like it at all.
Which is completely fine, bro. I could completely understand your sentiment about the animal cruelty aspect of it. And I 100% agree. We shouldn't be out here torturing animals in general, right? That's a sentiment that I feel like we can all get behind.
If you watched a dog fight and watched them suffer, I'm 100% certain you'd feel pretty damn upset too.
To be honest, I genuinely don't think so. But if I were to watch, and that sounds like I don't got no soul, but that's not the case. I just don't have, I just personally don't have that big of a connection to animals like that, to where I can watch animals and be pretty damn upset about two animals fighting. But when I watch Django, okay, when I watch a movie, Django, and I watch this one big black brolic dude sit and fight another big black brolic dude to the death, that makes me upset. When I listen to people's arguments and people's thoughts and people's concerns about, oh, my body, my choice, I can abort a fetus. A fetus isn't even a human. It doesn't even exist. That makes me upset. When I see and read and hear names of people in our society who have sex trafficked and raped little children and have been doing it for years, that makes me upset. And nothing happens to them,
Whether or not you have the attachment to them.
that makes me
Hear
upset.
another living thing yelp in pain so loud and desperate you wow.
Those things would make me upset more so than seeing two dogs fight. That's my genuine, like, that's how I genuinely feel. I don't care about the dogs. I don't care about the dogs. I don't care about the ducks. I don't care about the pigs. I can hear pigs squeal and oink all day. Pigs squeal when they get shot. It don't faze me. It don't faze me. What I had just stated, those things genuinely get me upset, because those are other humans. And what makes me more upset about that, it's other humans doing it to other humans, and then they.
Of course, it would affect you more, but it would still upset you. Both can upset you. They can go together. That's empathy. LOL.
I need to save this. There we go. So now all of them should play. Yeah, empathy, sympathy, maybe. All the E's. But I don't know. I just don't think that I would feel 100. If I watched dogs fight, I just don't think that I would be upset about that as how other people are. And I might be a psychopath. Who knows? All dogs go to heaven. That's one thing I know. All dogs go to heaven. They probably don't, but they probably do. Who knows? All of the beasts of the earth probably go back to heaven. They don't have that opportunity. They don't have that choice. They don't have that aspect. They don't have that. So for me, in my perspective, I'm looking at them as innocent regardless of what's happening to them, because it's not them. It's the humans. It's the humans. I'd be more upset at the humans making it happen, which, granted, yeah, I'm not saying I'm not mad or I'm not justifying Michael Vick's behavior or actions. It's upsetting to me that Michael Vick was doing that. Do I feel for the dogs? Yeah.
Yeah, you'd feel mad about it towards the humans. That's also empathy.
Would you like some soup? Or do you want to wait?
Are you gonna eat something now?
I'm gonna take a shower because I haven't had one yet.
Okay, I'll wait. Okay, thank you. All right. With that being said, let's continue with every team's most recent first round pick. I love conversations like this though, because it allows me to just understand other people's perspectives, and B, it just also gives me an opportunity to see what people genuinely care about. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not trying to feel like I don't want to come off like I'm yelling or mad or whatever during the conversation. I'm just very passionate, especially when it comes to certain things. And so when I'm like, I get riled up with my passion, especially when I'm talking about a subject or talking about subjects to where, for me,
I just value life no matter what life it is.
which is completely understandable. And I agree with that sentiment. I just be getting so like passionate when I talk about things that I'm passionate about, because I wouldn't. I just feel like that the powers that be will distinguish they. And sometimes people, I feel like people care about things. And granted, it's not a bad thing that people care about certain things more than they care about other things. But in my perspective, I'm looking at, just because, so we're talking about this specific conversation, the dog
Also,
fighting.
you have to think psychology-wise, humans are naturally attached to dogs more than other animals because we've been partners for years.
Possibly. But since we specifically talking about the dog fighting with Michael Vick thing, I was gonna say this because I feel like some people, the proper term is moving the field goal. I feel like the powers that be, and certain people in society move the goalpost for certain things. And that's why I'm not a judge, and that's why God is the
Not
judge.
Possibly we are biologically wired to form bonds with dogs.
I guess, bro. To be honest, I don't like dogs. I'd rather a cat than a dog. If I were to be honest, I feel like I'm more biologically wired to a cat than I am to a dog. I don't like dogs when dogs approach me, I want a dog only because I want a little small, non-shedding floof that can just sit and chill in my lap or on my desk. That's genuinely it. I don't like dogs. Never really been that big of a fan of dogs. I can't necessarily say 100% that we're biologically wired to dogs. Also, when you take a look back at ancient Egyptian depictions, everything is cats. So I don't know. I can't say 100% that we're naturally biologically wired to dogs based on me and based on things of
We're also
the past.
biologically wired to cats, lol. But just think about this, Cordell. Most people who abuse dogs have the capabilities to do the same thing to humans. Scientifically, we are.
Possibly. That's what they show us in these, crime scene TV shows. But with all that being said, I just want the powers that be to, in people in society, to personally see the value in one thing as either equal to, because like I said, bro, like if people I feel like are genuinely more concerned about the rights of dogs than they are about the rights of pets, animals. People are more concerned about the rights of animals than they are more concerned about the rights of humans. Like, look at the whole vegan industry, bro, and where that came from and how that started. Outside of the monetary aspect of it. But people are so concerned about the rights of...
These say most people are equally concerned.
I don't think so, bro. I don't think so. I feel like people have a little bit more of a bias towards certain things than they do towards other things. And when that bias comes out, they try to move the goalposts to try to contend to that specific thing. Like I say, bro, like, if we were to ask 100 people their thoughts on abortion, I'm certain 80% of those people would say, oh no, I can do whatever I want. It's not even a real human. It's not even this. It's not even that. It's not even a human until it blah, 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 blah. If we were to ask those same 100 people, damn, what do you think about, like, the killing of the dogs and the dog fights? They would be like, oh, this person should rot in prison. Okay, well, what about...
A group of people abuse another group of people. That group of people are naturally able to be biased towards that certain group of people. If you understand what I'm saying. That's psychology. People who are attached to animals and feel deep empathy for them are naturally going to be angry at him.
How? And with that still being said, I still think that's insane because they would value the life of the animal more than they value the life of a human. If we asked those same 100 people about abortion and they're like, I can do whatever I want, I'm gonna kill the baby, blah 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 blah. That's not even born, I'm gonna kill the baby. Oh, the baby is not even a fetus. But then ask those same 100 people, so damn, if someone came and kidnapped your dog and then you found your dog dead, how would that make you feel? Oh my God, they should rot in prison. I hate them forever. You killed my dog. Those same people, I guarantee you that's how their responses would be towards those two different topics of conversations.
Races arguing with other races. They're angry at the other race for coming at their race, so then they argue more and are more likely to back their group of people.
I don't know,
People
but
who have empathy towards animals and feel deep-rooted emotions when animals are killed, it is natural for them to be angry at the people who call them stupid for it.
Leonard, I love when you just come in every now and then and just say a few things.
People can't help how they feel empathy. It is biological. It's not something you choose.
That part I'm actually going to disagree with. I think people can help how they feel empathy, because empathy is just an emotion.
Morality and empathy aren't the same thing.
They're not the same thing. Empathy is an emotion, and if you can control your emotions, you can control what you have empathy towards. That's all empathy is, emotion. And if you can control your emotions, you can for sure 100% control what you have empathy towards. I don't think that's biological.
If you cannot feel empathy, it's not something you can control.
But I think people do feel, I do believe that people feel empathy. People feel empathy, whether or not they know what it's called. Empathy is definitely something that can be controlled, and people feel empathy always.
Empathy isn't the same as emotions. Empathy causes emotions.
Empathy and emotions are tied together as one. If I'm sad, that's an emotion. And because I'm sad, I'm empathetic. You said emotions, empathy causes, no. If I'm sad because I see something happening to somebody, I'm feeling empathetic towards them because of sadness. The empathy is tied to the emotion that I feel. Empathy and emotion are one. You can't be empathetic without emotion. So because I'm seeing something happen, I'm emotional about it happening. I am therefore empathetic. That's the domino effect. I can't just be empathetic about something without the emotion. So if I see something, if I'm sad about it, that's my first thing that's happening is my emotion towards it. I'm emotionally connected to this thing, which then in terms cause me to have empathetic behaviors towards this thing that I'm feeling emotional by. If I could control my emotion towards whatever it is that I'm seeing or happening or whatever, I'm going to be able to control my empathy towards it or for it or about it. If I'm mad at somebody, then my action of empathy is going to be anger towards them. My emotion is the starting is the key point of that whole thing transpiring, which is why they say if you can control your emotions, you can control your actions, because the empathy is a result of your emotion. So it is the same, but because they're tied together as one. With a lack of discipline and control of your emotions, your empathy is going to run rapid in certain situations, certain scenarios. But that's just because you don't have a control over your emotions.
In computer terms, emotions are your graphics, empathy is your CPU.
Graphics. If the graphics come first, then yes. Look, I got a computer, but I use computers. But from my understanding, the little black little pixels.
The CPU comes first.
See the pixels, the CPU. Nah. So if that's the case, no, because for me, it's your emotions are first. You see something happen, you react emotionally to it, and then your empathy is based on your actions that are transpired by how you feel about what's happening. I'm gonna go on the opposite and say it's emotions first, then empathy, because you can't be empathetic about something that you don't know how it makes you feel. You can't have empathy towards something that didn't give you an emotional response. Your empathy is a direct result of your emotional response. If I watch a house burn down with people inside of the house, I'm going to be sad. That's the first thing that happens to me. Sad.
Yeah, you're right. But empathy and emotions are 2 and 2.
I still feel like they coexist together, one after another. Without this one, empathy doesn't exist. We can't have empathy without emotion, especially if we take it into that same aspect. Let's bring it back to the dog fights. Michael Vick had no emotion towards these animals, which then in turn, he had no empathy towards these animals. Right? If he was torturing those animals, if he was doing all of these things to these animals that they say he was doing to these animals, no emotion towards them, hence no empathy towards them. They're one and the same. They coexist together, which is why when we study serial killers and their psychopathy, they have no emotional control over themselves, their situation, and the things that they do, which then in turns becomes a lack of empathy because they have no emotional control or no emotional output at all. Boom. Bing, bang, boom. You feel what I'm saying? This video is oddly long, and this stream is becoming oddly longer. Do we really want to know what happened to the most recent #1 picks in the NFL? Sorry, Preston. I don't think I want to. Let's go take a look at this. This is a most recent 8-1. How long is this video?
Let me rephrase what I said.
Okay.
You cannot
10
control
minutes.
what naturally makes you feel more emotions.
Certain things refuse to.
You cannot control what naturally makes you feel more emotions. You cannot control what naturally makes you feel more emotions. The only reason why I'm going to disagree with that is because I genuinely feel like
whether or not you are capable of repressing it doesn't matter.
what naturally makes you feel more emotions.
For instance, music may make you more happy. Someone else's games might do the same thing.
Okay. I was gonna say within those two examples, the only thing that
Watching your mother cry might make you more sad than someone else watching their mother cry naturally.
Watching your mother cry.
People are different and people are complex.
Watching your mother cry might make you more sad than someone else watching their mother cry. But I don't think that that has anything to do with the control of the emotion. I don't think that that's a natural thing.
The greatest example actually is me being deeply sad at watching dogs suffer while you feel it less so.
I feel what you're saying. Let me tackle each one of those statements one piece at a time. Okay. So you said you cannot control. I personally say I don't necessarily agree with that part, because I feel like everything that's within our control, we can control. Things that are outside of our control, of course, those are uncontrollables. You said you cannot control what naturally makes you feel more emotions.
I'm talking naturally.
But, and if that's the case, describe what you mean naturally, because you said for your first example, you said, for instance, music may make someone more happy. For someone else, games might make someone else more happy. The only thing that's natural within those two examples is music, because music is a form of frequency that is natural to the earth. Music is a combination of frequency vibrations.
Music deeply. Someone else might have never been bothered by music. Someone may not like games. Someone else might love games.
Right. Which is why I'm hitting on that first example. Games aren't games aren't natural. Games are created. Music is natural. I can go outside right now and listen to the birds make music, because music is a natural frequency vibration that is naturally created by the Heavenly Father. The Heavenly Father created music. So that's a natural thing. So the emotion that I can feel towards music versus video games are definitely different. I can, however, control. Here's where the control comes into play, because although music is natural, yes, I have to control how the music makes me feel.
Play a game and think, oh, I love that. Someone may play the same game and say that's shit. Someone might like rap.
Yeah.
Someone might say that's fucking terrible. What you prefer isn't something you choose.
But now you're talking about two different things. You're talking about subjugated preferences. Those are two completely different things. A game could be amazing. Like you said, oh, this game is amazing. Oh, this song is ass. Those are subjugated preferences. But the control of right? If I'm, and I'll take this for example.
Something might hit deeper for someone else. Naturally.
Yes. But the thing that still starts it all is the control in which one has of their own emotions. If I'm playing a game, right? Let's just say, for example, one of my favorite games of all time. Beyond Two Souls. I like that game. I think that game's amazing. That game is a beautiful game through and through. Great game. How that game makes me feel is going to be determined based on my emotions. My output about that game is not natural. It's only the reception of what I have about the game. The only thing that's natural within that is the connection that I made to that game.
Some people may like spicy foods, someone else might not. That's a natural example.
That is a natural example, because now we're talking about biologically. Taste buds, heat level index in which one person can take and consume. But that still doesn't That's not an emotional correspondence. You feel what I'm saying? So back to the music aspect, the one level of the aspect of control when it comes to the music, right? If I'm listening to a sad song, the frequency of the music is now being altered to where it makes me sad. I then now have to control my emotions in this natural
Emotions
state.
are also biological. Brain chemistry is naturally different between everyone. We don't all feel the same things, we'd just be robots, we'd be the same.
That's where I disagree. Because I actually think, me personally, I actually think we all experience the same thing.
No two people process the world same way.
Process, yes, we don't all process the world the same way. You are 100% correct about that. However, we are all literally the same. You feel the same emotions that I do. You express the same things that I express. You go through the same things that you go through in life. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever experienced heartbreak? Have you ever experienced anger? Have you ever experienced sadness? Have you ever experienced tears? Have you ever experienced joy? Have you ever experienced happiness? If you said yes to any of those things, you and I have experienced the same thing in life. There's nothing different about my experience in life and that person across the street's experience in life. The only thing that's different is the process in which I view my experiences in life versus how you view your experiences in life versus how that person across the street views their experiences in life. Only due to the fact everything is we all experience the same thing, is just tailored for you. The experiences that we have, that I have in my life, it's tailored specifically for me. But all of our experiences are the same because we're all existing from one creator.
Same DNA? Yes. Same face? No emotions are the same.
What heresy is this? Oh man, I'm sitting here looking at all this and I realize what an absurd situation this is. Sophia, explain your reasoning. Let me go back and read some of Leonard. Jesus said problems can be solved. Yes, if something is impossible, but with God, all is possible. Yes, nature. It express angry equals write a diary. We all have the same blueprint. Yes, I agree. The DNA. To a degree. But yes, to a degree, extra chromes, missing chromes. So to a degree, we all have the same DNA. Yeah. Same face. I mean, the genetic makeup to where if we get technical, I got 2 eyes, you got 2 eyes, we got a nose. You know what I'm saying? To a degree, yeah, we got the same face. It's our characteristics, it's our features that
don't look the same.
Right, we don't look the same, but we got the same facial makeup. We got the same facial structure. But there's things that, of course, now our facial characteristics change. Our face traits are going to be different because we're coming from 2 different people specifically. So, yeah, but nah, emotions are the same. That's what I've been saying the whole time, though.
Exactly, that's what I'm getting at. We have the same traits, we have different appearances. Think about it, Cordell. That's how emotions work.
Okay, yes. For the same traits, different appearances. That's biological. We can't control that. Emotions, we can control the emotions.
Same DNA.
And
we
we can
don't share the same face. We have the same emotions. We don't share how strong we feel them.
Correct. But that's because now that's the process. That's the process in which you analyze your emotions. You determine your emotions, and then you analyze and you say, oh, okay. The same way, like I was just saying, like my life experiences is going to be processed and viewed completely different than how the person across the street from me is. But considering, yes, it's the same thing, I think now we're just agreeing on the same thing then at that point.
Bro, we've proved it when you think about it. I naturally feel more empathy to animals than you, lol.
But I don't think that that's natural, bro. I don't think you naturally feel more empathy towards animals. I think that that's a conscious decision that you're making. I think that that is a 100% conscious decision that you have made in your mind and emotions to feel more towards empathy, feel more empathy towards animals. I don't think that that's natural at all. I think you decided to do that. That's a decision that you made based on how you processed your emotions.
It is. It's not conscious. If I'm relaxed, I don't look at an animal getting abused and force myself to feel sad. It happens naturally.
Bro, because already deep in your subconscious, you've planted that something had to happen to where you feel more empathy towards animals, to where deep in your subconscious it's locked in. So whether you want to look at it consciously or not, if you're relaxed, yeah, but deep down your subconscious is already it's already embedded in your subconscious to go, I have decided to have more empathy towards animals, to where you say, to the point where you say this man deserved that federal prison time for dog fighting. That's a decision, bro. That was a decision that you made after you processed everything that you processed about animals and looked at it and said, oh no, that's so fucked up. And from that point, that's a decision that you made. And so it's going to happen naturally because it's buried inside of your subconscious. So when you see stuff like that happen, it feels natural to you, but it's not a natural thing. That's not natural whatsoever. Though things happen based solely upon the aspect of how of what has happened in our lives. Life is life.
If empathy could just be consciously decided and forced into the subconscious, anyone could simply choose to care about animal abuse today and stop caring tomorrow, but that is not how human biology or genuine emotions work.
Tiktaalik is the very first animal in our lineage. We emerged from it. Google it. Oh, Sophia says she's not a believer. That's why she said it was heresy. Let's see. Now, I'm not going to get too deep into that because yeah, I'm not going to get too deep into that. Only because
the same could go for humans.
Yeah.
If it was a choice, you could simply stop caring about humans tomorrow. Are you capable?
The same could go for humans. If it was a choice, you could simply stop caring about humans tomorrow. Are you capable? Yes, bro. We are 100% capable of not caring about humans. Yes, bro. It's but just now let me what's the word that I'm looking for? Let me challenge you on that. Let me challenge you on that 100%. If we weren't capable of doing it, then we would still be in contact with the friends that we made in elementary school. And if we're not, if you are still friends with the exact friends that you made when you was in elementary school, it's because you made the conscious decision and you made the decision in your life to care about that person for all of your life. But the people that we've passed along the way, The people that we may have had conversations with, talked to, hung out with for maybe 2 or 3 times, and never hear from them ever again.
You cannot force your brain's mirror neurons to stop firing.
You can't force your brain's mirror neurons to stop firing. Bro, care is a form of emotion, bro. That's what I'm telling you. That's what I'm saying. You can stop caring about somebody.
And how they work quick.
You can stop caring about somebody. Because caring about something or someone is just an emotion. And I can stop caring about somebody. Mirror neurons. Let's see. Mirror neurons is a type of brain cell that is activated both when performing an action or when observing another individual perform that same action. A process thought to help an individual recognize or understand the behavior of another. Mirror neurons were first discovered in the brains of macaque monkeys in the 1990s. Since then, similar neurons have been identified in the brain of birds, mice, and perhaps most notably humans. The discovery of mirror neurons generated significant excitement in its scientific community, especially in the late 2000s and early 2010s, when many researchers began to argue that mirror neurons were a cornerstone of human social skills, particularly empathy. In theory of mind, let's take a look at what that is. Theory of mind is typically defined as the ability to understand the thoughts, beliefs, desires, and emotions of other people. This understanding allows individuals to predict how others will feel, act, and think in a given situation. The ability arises from a body of conceptual knowledge that underlies access to one's own and others' mental states, according to psychologist and Professor Briet Sodian. Theory of mind is a foundational mechanism for navigating social situations to successfully interact with other people. An individual must have some idea of what they're thinking, and that other people may think about or perceive a situation differently. Okay. This ability is called a theory because it is impossible to truly know. Oh, so this is not even factual evidence. It's a theory, and a theory, let's go into what the definition of a theory is. Which is why Big Bang is still a theory. Scientific, let's go to a scientific theory, because we're not just talking about, because this is scientific, right? Let me go to an actual source and not Wikipedia. Scientific theory: systematic ideation, structure, or broad scope that encompasses a family or empirical laws regarding regularities existing. Oh, y'all can't see what I'm reading, but existing regularities in objects and events, both observed or posited. A scientific theory is a structure suggested by these laws and is derived to explain them in a scientific, rational manner. That's not the definition of a theory that I grew up with, but okay. Yeah, that's nowhere near close to the definition. Yeah, that's not anywhere close to what the definition of what I learned a scientific theory was when I was growing up. Another means of ways that they change the meaning of things. Oh, okay. Wow, okay.
You know what, fuck it. To make this whole thing easier, look up, can you choose what you naturally feel more empathy towards?
Yeah, they done changed the definition of some of these words, because a theory is not the same definition of what a theory used to be. Since then, however, the scientists... I got you, I'm going to look that up next. Since then, however, the significance of human mirror neurons, and in some cases their very existence, have been called into question. This literally says it has been called into question, with some scientists now arguing that many of the findings based on such activity of such neurons have been overhyped or misconstrued. Dude, don't come on now. Come on now. Come on now. Come on now. Research into mirror neurons is ongoing, and much about their influences on behavior has yet to be fully understood. So this is also still a theory. This is not even something that's identifiable as factual evidence. Okay. Now, let me look up what you just said to look up. We can't always trust the internet, bro. For one, especially when we have the highest, greatest power living within us. I'm sure if we just continue to look inside of ourselves, we're going to find all the answers to all of these things. But first things first, though, with that being said, everything is a choice. Whether we believe that or not, everything is a choice. That's why, God created us. God created us with the gift of choice. That's why one of the main...
You cannot prove the point that you cannot naturally decide what to feel by yourself because you are not multiple people.
You cannot prove the point that you cannot naturally decide what to feel by yourself. I don't understand that. I don't understand that. Can you choose what you naturally feel more empathy towards? I'm still going to say yes, you can choose what you naturally feel more empathy towards, because empathy is the second hand to emotion. Empathy does not exist without emotion. So I'm going to say yes, you can choose what you naturally feel more empathy towards.
Just look it up and read into it and you'll understand.
Okay. I'm on Psychology Today. This is just one source. I'll look into other sources because it's always just good to have multiple sources. Anyway, just based on psychology.com, your primary empathy style: cognitive, emotional, intuitive, or spiritual. Literally, it's within that first statement. Cognitive, emotional, intuitive, or spiritual. All those things come first. Your cognitive dissonance, your emotional intelligence, your intuition, and your spiritual soul.
Emotional empathy is what we're talking about.
Yes, but you still have to have the emotion first before you come up with anything else.
Known as active empathy.
You still have to have the emotion first. You just even said it within the statement, emotional empathy, because the emotion comes first. That's the first thing that's diagnosed before you decide if you want to be empathetic about something. I said that already. If I see a house burning down with people inside of it, am I gonna automatically be empathetic? No. I have to determine how it makes me feel.
You cannot control what emotions you feel, bro.
You cannot control what emotions you feel.
You can control how you act on them. What I miss.
You missed a lot. You've been sleeping? Oh, we could tell. You missed a lot.
Shit, I took a shower and missed a lot.
Okay, let's ask my wife, okay? My wife has considered me, and other people have considered me, a very emotionally intelligent man. Okay?
You can control how you show them. You can suppress them, but you cannot control how you feel emotions.
You cannot. Okay, Monkey says you cannot control how you will feel emotions. Do you agree with that sentiment?
How you feel emotions? Like, what do you mean?
Okay, so our whole conversation has been about. I was saying that I didn't think Michael Vick deserved federal prison time.
No, he deserves to be burned. But anyway.
For his case. I was like, if anything, just prison. And then I actually looked up what it was that he served federal prison time for. It had nothing to do with the dogs.
I know.
It had a lot to do with the fact that he was running illegal gambling scams and trying to take them across interstate lines.
Oh, yeah.
That's why he got federal crime. But when we were looking it up and I said this man served federal prison over some dogs, but we got a whole list of people who out here raping and stealing and trafficking children and ain't nothing happened to them. Oh, and then Monkey said he should okay, I gotta go back. So, because I gotta give you all the context. So Monkey then said Michael Vick should be burned at the stake, whatever. Okay. So I was like, I mean, I guess I'm not mad at the fact that Michael Vick, I don't think that he should have, and then I said to him, essentially, I don't care about the dogs. They just dogs. And then I said, I never really had that big of a connection to dogs
I was gonna
anyway.
say, but here's the thing that people misjudge about emotions and empathy. A lot of people everywhere automatically assume that the way they process how they feel about the same situation should be how you process your feelings when you both don't have the same connection to the event.
Mhm.
So he may have pets that he loves and are part of the family like I was raised, right?
Mhm,
You know, and you've had pets but not in the same connection of it's my dog, right? So the impact on him with the dogs, and I agree, burn him at the stake over the dogs because they're dogs. That's my family, man. That's my dog. And your feelings of they just dogs are two separate things. He can be empathetic about the dogs and feel we can be on the same side and we can be on different sides. And that's totally normal.
Of course. So I'm glad you say that. So now let me fast forward you because
Okay.
you said that and that was perfect. Here's my thing, right? Because I said your emotions. You can control your emotions. Everyone has emotions. You can control your emotions to the point, especially when it comes to output. But then what I said was your emotions
You can't suppress them.
your emotions come before empathy.
They
Because
do.
I can't be empathetic about a situation if I don't have emotion about a situation.
Well, you're going to react to a situation before you feel about a situation. That's the way your brain's wired. No matter how much you are emotionally intelligent or emotionally empathetic, you can't have, you're right, you can have it blended, but you are 100% of the time going to feel before you
Have empathy.
empathize. Because in order to have the empathy aspect, you have to have the feeling.
Exactly. And so this is what Monkey was saying. Monkey also just said, right?
Two wrongs don't make a right, yeah.
Yeah, we saw that. You can wait, no, not that one, because I don't understand that one.
We'll go down and read
Hang
it.
on, I'm going up. Let me see. Okay. Monkey is saying you can control. Wait, he's saying, okay, can you choose what you naturally feel more empathy towards? I said yes, because everything always starts with the emotion that's attached to it. He also said during this conversation that he proved that he can control, that he chooses, or that he proved during this conversation that him naturally expressing more empathy towards the dog is something that happens. And I said, no, that's something that's happening subconsciously. And because you already made that subconscious decision, it's buried in your subconscious. You made that decision a while ago, at some point in your life, emotionally, to feel more empathetic towards dogs. And because you already did that in your life, consciously, it's going to happen. You're already automatically going to have that. because he chose that. At some point in his life, he
Well, I
made that
think if
decision
it-
to emotionally have that connection to where he feel that way. In comparison to something that's happening naturally, you can't naturally choose what you are more empathetic towards. It's all based upon how you have processed your emotions and how you are now going through how you've processed your emotions throughout your entire life.
I think I agree and disagree in some ways, but I think, and the reason I say that is because I think everything that you encounter in life builds upon the next encounter of similarity, right?
Mhm.
So if you're saying every time, are you saying, this is my question, are you saying every time he thinks of Mike Vick, he's always going to be more empathetic to the dogs? Or are you saying, just so that I understand, are you saying every instance with that has to do with dog or human, he's gonna side with dog?
I don't think he's saying he's going to side with dog. He said earlier that he just has more empathy towards so his first thing was he has more empathy towards dogs in that situation specifically than I do. He says he naturally feels like that's the case for him, right? To answer that question, he says in a general sense, I care about all life,
Well, yeah.
right? Which I do too.
Well, yeah.
So that's a question you got to ask him, and that's a question that he has to answer, because that's a good question. Because I don't know if he would
Well, no,
value the
I'm-
life of the human more than he would value
Well, no,
the life
based
of.
on how you phrased it, that's why I asked that question. Because generally speaking, in this instance with Mike Vick, because that's what you all have talked about, that shaped people, not just him, more people than not, to be more empathetic towards the dog situation than the person's situation. So it frames the way you think about animals and the way they're treated in general in every instance going forward. It automatically leans you towards being more empathetic than not.
Right, and that's not a natural thing. That's a decision. That's an emotional decision that you made in order for you to feel more empathy towards that. Because here was I'm definitely understanding what you're saying, because that's kind of like what he was saying. But here's my...
But I get what he's saying, though. You can still feel empathy equally between humans and animals, but just in some instances, you feel stronger this way than another. It just is how it is.
100%.
That's 100%. You're like beating on the door of nature versus nurture here.
I was gonna say, but that's not a natural thing, because we can, this is what my rebuttal was to that he said. We can take a group of 100 people, and 100 people, right? And we ask them this question: so, how do you feel about abortion? And they'd be like, oh, I'd say 80% of the people would be like, oh yeah, well, it's my body, it's not a fetus, it doesn't even exist, it's not a human. And then we can ask that same group of 100 people, how do you feel about if someone were to come and kidnap your dog and put them in a dog fighting ring for money, and then next thing you know, your dog dead? That person should be burned at the stake. That's an emotional decision that they've made, because it's the same thing. Because Monkey was saying those are two equal evils.
They are equal evils.
And I said I agree, because the same way that God looks at it in the Bible, sin is sin, whether you lie, whether you steal, or whether you kill. They're all equal in the eyes of the Heavenly Father.
Right.
So those 100 people who said, kill these people, burn these people at the stake for taking my dog and killing them, they have made the conscious decision to feel more empathy emotionally towards those dogs than they would those humans. That's a decision they made. It's not a natural thing for them to be like, oh, my dog is more important, valuable in life than a human. Let's see what he just said. But I naturally feel that empathy. I cannot control the fact that I feel empathy.
You really can't.
You can't control the fact that you feel empathy, correct, because it's tied to your emotions.
That's
you
true.
have to determine your emotions first before you feel the empathy.
Breathe.
Crucify them for that dog. Okay, all right. So yes,
Can you write it in the translator?
you cannot control the fact that you feel emotions either. You cannot control the fact that you feel emotions. So what's the whole point? This is our Russian friend, Sophia.
Hi, Sophia.
Sophia's from Russia. You
Would you like food now? That's what I came in here for.
to ask me, I'm getting hot.
Well, I know that's why you got breathe.
Yeah.
It's not that serious.
Do you think that you? So do you? What about this last part though? He said you cannot control the fact that you feel emotions.
No, because emotions can hit you out of nowhere. It's how you process them that you can control.
Yeah.
Feeling them
Yeah.
is you can't just stop from feeling. It's gonna
Yeah.
hit you, but
And I agree with
how
that.
you output it is.
And I agree with that.
is-
You can't control that you feel emotions, yes, but you can control your emotions
The
after you feel them.
reaction. The reaction to your emotion is what you can control.
Yeah. So I agree with that. You can control how your action. You can control how you action the emotions. You can control how you show them.
But
you
the-
cannot control
exactly.
the fact that you feel them.
You can't.
Yeah, right?
exactly
I
what
mean,
we
that's
said.
that's true. I agree with that. But the fact that you can, but the fact that the empathy comes after the emotion, that's still one of those two things that are one and the same. Like I said, I can watch a house burn down with people inside of it. I'm automatically gonna feel something. That emotion that I would feel is sadness. That has already been established. Now that
You
I'm
cannot control the fact that you feel emotions either.
now that I feel sad, the empathy that I have towards these people is what I'm going to be able to control. Can I control to feel empathy about these people? Am I going to make the decision to empathize with the fact that I'm watching people burn alive in this house? That is a portion of the reaction of the emotion that I now have felt. I see this house burning down. I see that this has made me sad. I've processed that. I feel an emotion. That emotion is sadness. Am I going to make the conscious decision to empathize towards these people in that house? That is the decision that I'm going to have to make, to where now that is something that is where the control comes into play. Me empathizing with them in that situation, that's not natural. The only thing that's natural that's happening within that moment is the emotion, the feeling of the sadness.
You must want them crucified is what you
Okay.
want then.
You didn't answer my question.
Do I want food now? They said I can go eat, so yeah. And I've been streaming for almost 4 hours. This is a great conversation though, Monkey. I love this because I feel like us as humans, I feel like that we have so much more control than we've been led to believe. I feel like we have much more control than we've been led to believe. The same way that they've tricked us into thinking that we only use 70% of our brain. Hell no, I think that's the biggest bullshit lie ever. I think that we have more control than we think of ourselves, but I think that there's like times where we now got to distinguish natural from unnatural, spirit from flesh. You know what I'm saying? Those things, they start to, they give us a wider, in my perspective, they start to give us wider, a broader understanding. I feel like your actions are your choice, but how you feel aren't your choice. To a degree, because like I said, if this is how I've learned to process my emotions, right? If something happens that makes me feel a certain type of way, right? If something happens that makes me feel a specific emotion, I immediately understand that. I'm like, okay, for example, I'm sad. And then I immediately say, well, why am I sad? The sadness that I feel initially is out of my control. Whatever it was that just happened made me feel a certain type of way.
You can control how you action the emotions. You can control how you show them, but you cannot control the fact you feel them.
So your actions are the choice, yes. How you feel aren't your choice. I agree, but also disagree. If something happens to me and it makes me sad, my body is going to naturally react to that emotion, right? But I still can choose how I feel after feeling that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to make the conscious decision. Okay, I feel sad. Why am I sad? I'm sad because this happened. Okay, I don't want to be sad anymore. Boom, just like that. I just made that choice. I'm sad. Why? I'm sad because this happened. Okay, I acknowledged it. I understood it. I don't want to be sad anymore. Am I going to be sad about it anymore afterwards? No, I won't be, because I just made that choice. You feel what I'm saying?
So then you cannot control what you feel empathy towards and how strong you feel that empathy.
Is somebody else saying extra things, or are these just missing? So what's the point exactly? Can you write it in this translator? What is the point? The point is, okay, I'm going to come in there and join you. The point is, we got to go from English to Russian. Essentially, the point is we have more control over things then things happen naturally. Some things are based on our decisions with the some things are based more so on the decisions we make when something more earthly naturally, or when something happens. Simply put, we also choose how to empathize, because I feel like that's the main thing. I feel like the main thing is from my stance, I say we have the choice to empathize, but the empathy comes from the emotion that you feel, but you still have to make that deciding factor. So that's another. Oh shoot. Okay, I'm gonna play this so she can hear it.
Дело в том, что у нас больше контроля над вещами, чем кажется, что они происходят естественно. Некоторые вещи зависят от наших решений, которые мы принимаем, когда что-то происходит. Мы также сами выбираем, как проявлять эмпатию.
He said you will still be sad, you'll just be reacting less to it. For instance, if a family member died, you don't just think, okay, this happened, I'm sad. I'm not sad anymore, and the sadness disappears. I'll go eat that food if you don't. I'm gonna go eat. And I'm getting hot too. I forgot to put deodorant on after I showered. Okay. All right. He jorked. I'm not jorking it. All right, y'all. We'll be back. This is good talks. I love this. I'll see y'all later. I'm going to think about your perspective. Also think about my perspective and the things in which we can and can't control. But let's not say that. Let's not say that, Don. Everybody's opinion was fantastic. I love all of y'all's opinion. This should be great that we have conversations like this. And then I'm going to catch y'all later today. We're going on a date today, right?
Supposed to.
Yeah, see? We're going on a date today, chat.
Go for a walk in the rain.
I ain't doing that, though. All right, y'all.
I feel like your actions are your choice, but how you feel aren't your choice.
Boy, TTS so far behind now. Yeah. All right. Peace.